But we're not muted. Slob says we're not muted. Why is Slobs muted? Slobs shouldn't be muted. No, can you hear everyone or just me, Magic? Yeah. So Slob says they're working. So we are going to... Why? But why? Sorry, everybody. I'm gonna go back to our starting soon. Sorry.
Liquid, but
I'm gonna try again. Oh, I was muted trying to figure it out. I'm gonna try again because it's bouncing. I reconnected it to the audio.
Hey, they can hear us.
Oh,
Everything's fine.
Cold open.
okay, cool. Okay, hi, all right, excellent. Yeah, I can hear me. We're all good. Okay. Hi, Cole. Start here. Sing in me muse, and through me tell the story of those people, skilled in all ways of contending, the Dragonlords, harried by fate and prophecy, sing of the cities they saw, of the minds they learned, of distant peoples, and weathering many bitter nights deep in their hearts, while they fought to save their homes and lives of all Thyleans. Of these adventurers, muse, most sacred of daughters, tell us in our time, lift the great song again. We open not to the sight of our heroes, but rather a stately and imperial city at the very heart of Thylea, some might argue. Others may groan and complain, but none can doubt the majesty of the walls and towers of Mitros. We zoom as a soldier runs as if his life depends on it, into the main palace floor, where a resplendent man overlooks a window towards the city. The soldier kneels. The reports are accurate, my lord. The oracle's prophecies come true. New heroes have risen up and they're heading to see her now. The man doesn't bother to turn. He looks into the yard where a large shadow briefly eclipses his view in the sun, and he smiles. Never trust the words of that witch, Versi. She once claimed that she saw no great deeds in my future. But look now. And he turns, and we can begin to see the deep black beard and hair and golden laureled crown as King Acastus motions with open hands. Am I not the king of Mitros? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Oathsworn Odyssey, Dragonlords campaign here on TPK Roleplay. I am Turk or Turk Accented, and I will be, once again, for the moment, your GM for the evening, playing all of the faceless, unimportant individuals. But let's meet everyone else standing around a proverbial fire here. My fellow storytellers, if you would please introduce yourselves, starting with Comrade.
Hey. I'm Comrade Crash. My character's name is Leo Dragos, the human paladin. He follows the Vanished One epic path. And below me is Sir Lukalock.
Hey guys, it's me, Sir Lukalock. Tonight I'm going to be playing Thylea, the Siren Bard. College of Epic Poetry soon, once of her next level. And she walks the path of the Dragon Slayer. Let's move it down to our wonderful stream manager, who's doing a great job, HP.
I am the last hit point hero, and hopefully you can hear me too. I will be playing Thrynos, the Siren Sorcerer, and he allegedly is walking the path of the demigod. So we'll see just how accurate that might be as we head over to Tony.
Oh, hello. I am playing Eliana Legide, the elven prophetic cleric who walks the path of the chosen one. Or I'm sorry, nope, the gifted one, because chosen one's not even a path. Haha, wrong.
You're all chosen. Hold on a second.
Nope. So we're gonna go up to Al.
Hello, folks. Al the Biffa here, playing Ponos, your favorite bizarre satyr rogue, who is taking the path of the cursed one. And I'll hand up to the mysterious Chrissy Crits.
Hey guys, I'm Chrissy. I'll be playing Defira. Okay, I'm just kidding. And she is following the path of the haunted one.
All right. And with that, we are going to join our heroes after a night of revelry in the sour vintage. Heroes, remind me why we have such fine revelries this past evening. What was accomplished?
Well, drugs mostly.
No, there was a boar, and there is no longer.
No simple boar, certainly. Many hunters grace the lands.
It was a great boar.
This is not a space for understatement.
A great boar
loud, you're praising heroes.
There's at least a couple
farmland.
hunters adorning the boar now, so.
Well, not anymore. We burned everything.
Well,
not everything, but
for a little bit.
You did the proper burial here at Thylea and gave those hunters a good rest, as well as sacrificed the boar to the god of strength and battle, Pythor. And certainly continuing to please him, you all had a lovely evening where you couldn't get a drink out of your hand or not tell your stories over and over again to increasingly difficult and perilous odds, certainly for some of you. But we join our heroes now. The next morning, the sun rises just into the sky as through each of your rooms, a soft knock to the sound of new linens let you know that dawn has broke. What are you all doing?
I think Leo is up bright and early, doing some like jumpy jacks and stuff, getting himself pumped up for his next challenge.
Did you do that in your room, or are you conscious enough of your roommate to take that out into the yard?
Ooh. I do that in my room. I don't want her to be alone. And so I do jumpy jacks as quietly as I can, trying to hold my breath so I'm not breathing heavily.
As someone who's tried to do like heavy breath, you know what? No, make me a con check to avoid just
The claps.
Yeah, you're able to keep up a good pace and get at the very least warmed up. But as the initial fatigue starts to hit in, you will have to start breathing. The aerobic exercise is not being as beneficial once you move them into an anaerobic zone. Physical therapy words. But yes, I think Defaro, please.
Yeah. As his roommate, I will definitely be laying underneath a blanket, with my eyes closed, trying to pretend like I'm not awake, as to not engage. But I will utilize Mage Hand to just make it a little bit easier for him to do his exercises and make it not as loud so that I could go back to sleep.
You find your jumping jacks, your hands seem to connect with the other earlier, but there's that weird feeling where you don't have your own feeling of flesh on flesh, where there's just kind of like a force that seems to stop, and you go into a set of push-ups under the floor, and you it's a slight offset of weight, but you certainly can feel that you are lifted somewhat. You know, it's about 5 pounds if you're really a big gym buff.
Yeah, and like I think after he's done, he just poses in a little mirror, a little wardrobe, and just like.
And DeFaro will absolutely also use Mage Hand to make sure the sweat is just wiped gently from his brow. But just like with consent, you know. Nothing inappropriate, just a gentle.
Listen, it's not just, it's like this was nothing. If I could, breathe, I would actually do even more push-ups.
At some point, DeFaro would definitely get up and go take a bath and get away from him.
If I was allowed to breathe.
I would be doing much better if I wasn't trying to not wake you.
Just with a very quick nod, good morning, and a
good morning. Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
All right, so that's both pretty early for the both of you, so we'll jump back to get what you're doing in around breakfast time. What about the rest of you? Is anyone particular sleeping in or finding a middle point between those two?
Probably the middle point. Flypy would probably very begrudgingly get up. She is definitely hungover from all the festivities that happened last night. And yeah, we'll just begrudgingly get up to go get ready. Maybe spend some time by the reflection pool. Just kind of waiting for peeps to get up and be ready.
You do find a few revelers still splayed out on benches, but for the most part, it's cleared, and the breakfast crowd has mixed with the people packing up and leaving. So there's a good bit of sound and noise of humans in this front room. But yeah, for the reflecting pool, at the very least, can be left alone with your thoughts if you wish to be.
Cool.
Anyone else? Yeah.
Nothing in particular. Thrynos will do what he usually does in the morning, stand over the water basin in the room and contemplate this golden hammer and 5-star symbol that his mother gave him long ago, or maybe it was her, maybe it was someone else. He's kind of forgotten where it came from. It's something that's always been given to him, always been around. Not really praying to it, not really doing anything other than looking at it. And then he'll use shape water to splash some water on his face and turn around to leave. And he did not partake the previous evening, no matter how much. He had a drink in his hand all night, but didn't drink anything. And I will turn around and head to the reflecting pool to just pause and look.
And Eliana and Ponos.
Being an elf and not needing to really sleep nearly as much, and knowing how Ponos is, Eliana gets up fairly early, seeing the wasted, and just kind of chills outside on the bridge that kind of goes over the pond, and just enjoys the early morning sunrise outside.
You will see, especially where Calliope is able to hear it, you can see the people moving out from the inn with occasional waves as they recognize you, though out of your armor you're certainly less recognizable. But Ponos, how are you recovering or not recovering?
Yeah, Ponos is a heavy sleeper at the best of times. Currently, he's face down, spread eagle on his bed, sort of like horizontally. The whole bottom of his bed is just covered in muddy hoof prints because of my shoes. And we went and fought a big pig, so check us out. Just traipsed mud all through the bedroom, like all over the bed. One of the pillows is all torn up where his horns have like dug into it when he's like been tussling in his sleep. And in one hand is like an empty bottle, and in the other is a violin with all the strings kind of curled where they were snipped. And he's, rather than snoring, he's just kind of gently bleating.
Well, we'll say you're probably the last to rise in that case, everyone else being able to make their way to the front room. Though, certainly enough, with some prodding from room service, you will be encouraged to... I think the rest of your group is waiting up front. And you're going to hear a much heavier, "Move aside, I have this," and we'll hear a flash of water across your face. Drunk's a drunk even if he's a hero. Get up. Not letting you stink up my rooms when you have important hero things to do, which according to the rest of the group you do have to do.
They're kind of like spluttering and water just pouring on his it's like a straw mattress, I presume, and it's just now like sodden with water, like spills off it, mixes with the mud that he's brought in, this little kind of brown river. And he just kind of would shake his head and be like, now, that is service.
Atala will look down at you. You know they're the owner of this inn, and a strongly built woman in her own right. I only provide the best for heroes of such high quality.
Thank you. Have a drink on me and hand him the violin. Walk out.
That figures. And I think you can all meet up, and you will see that Kira is out front chatting with a few people just before they go. Seems to be collecting stories from them where she can, jotting down a few things into a piece of parchment. You can, if you guys are particularly perceptive or nearby, you can probably pick up that she's getting different accounts of your fight to see if someone else's imagination might have spiced things up a bit more than the actual account, and how you all remembered it versus how the rest of the public will remember it. Just kind of see how the story is going to flow from here. But she will kind of turn and at one point give you all a wave. Whenever you're ready, fueled up and, not hungover. Not hungover would be good. We'll be ready to go. We have places to be.
Well, I suppose forward is what we have to deal with. Calliope, shall we continue to pursue this destiny thing?
I mean, doesn't seem like there's too much better to do, so let's go for it.
I thought like some protecting the lands of Thylea might be enough, but I'll take nothing better to do. I'll just take note of that. And Calliope had nothing better to do with her time. It's accurate, right?
Sure.
Take sure. We love a good sure around here.
At least do is an easy word to rhyme.
Yes, but it's also very, it's a little gaudy,
Well,
You
if you want to
do
take that turn.
things.
From the talk here, I think there'll be plenty to say about what happened the other day, no matter what we say happened the other day.
Yeah, well, certainly. I heard on account you actually slayed 5 of them, and there was also Lord Sidon himself present at the fight, and he shit himself. So, that's certainly a version.
If you can, I'd rather see the version with Sidon present, not be the one remembered.
No. That's entirely too early for an appearance, Gotta build up to stuff like that. You guys are not ready for him, I'm fairly certain. I mean, he is a titan, so. Anyway, do we have everyone? I know I sent Aitla around. Oh, there he is. Hey, Ponos. How you doing?
You said we got places to be, right?
Yes, we have to go.
All right, places, everyone. Places. Time for a song. And he'll bring the bottle up to his neck and start scraping the bow across the glass bottle, which just makes a sort of really strange, eerie, glassy, screechy sound. It's like, I'm in fine form this morning.
You're going to
that's
see
not
if
the worst that I've heard him play, and I've only known him for 12 hours.
I'm getting better.
You're going to see a few of the particularly hungover people at tables go to move to cover their ears, not being able to offer any protests, just hoping that eventually the piercing pain in their brain will stop. But Kira will, if you're all ready, I mean, I'd love to hear another song at some point, but perhaps we could play on the road.
All right, let's go.
Any other protests? No? All right. And with that, she'll turn and begin taking you guys out as the music flawlessly ends just in time so we can do this. I'm going to pull you guys back to the Heartlands here as we are here at the Sour Vintage. I don't want to draw in pink. I want to draw in red. It's a more masculine color. Have to keep source of those things. Anyway, though others failed, you slew the corrupted boar that plagued the lands west of Vitros. Your names are forever celebrated as the heroes of the Heartlands. Now, you are on your way to the Temple of the Oracle to claim your reward. Kira promises that you will learn more of your destiny from the water nymph Versi, the legendary oracle who brokered the Oath of Peace. From what you understand, she is a powerful siren gifted with a powerful nymph with a gift of prophecy. And Kira kind of turned to you. I mean, she's a lot of other gifts. I mean, she's really good at cards. Do not take her up on any gambling opportunities. Also makes a nice soup. You know? You wouldn't think that. You know, being kind of the head of your own temple wouldn't make a decent soup, but it actually does some good stuff. That like steam paper, you know? Boils water like nothing else.
I mean, I would think that a water nymph would know how to utilize water better.
You know, it's funny. I didn't even really think of her as a water nymph. I mean, sure, she's the daughter of Sidon, you know, all that, but I always figured that was more, I don't know, like a mountain. She lives in a cave. I don't know.
You do often have many good things to say about her. You respect her greatly?
Oh, yeah, certainly. I mean, there's only one reason I'm working for her, is I believe her cause. I mean, I get to gig up probably anywhere. Well, that's not true. Not exactly on the VIP list in Mitros, but, you know, if I was going to be working for one person, I'd certainly be working for the Oracle. Versi has an eye for talent like nothing else. It's right here. But don't tell her I said that. She hates that joke.
And she's the one that told you had talent then.
Well, some other people occasionally bring it up, you know, sometimes. I'll tell you what, we actually kind of looks around her, kind of, yeah, I think we might be able to make a stop somewhere. Some other people who think I'm talented. I mean, look, no pressure if we want to really huff this through, but it's more than a one-day hike here. So just figured if you guys want some good food and maybe a roof, I know a place. Oh, they're gonna love you.
I'd rather just get there.
Oh, sure, we'll get there. We're going the fastest way I know how. Well, for the most part, but you know.
But yeah, it's somewhere new. Why not, you know, take a little detour? What's the worst that can happen?
End of the world? That's not supposed to happen for a few more days, months, weeks?
See, we have plenty of time.
Hopefully.
And Eliana will just like pinch the bridge of her brow.
You shouldn't have drank too much.
Fair, but don't appreciate the call out. We did gloss over something, though. You just mentioned that Percy was Sidon's daughter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, super daughter. Like, I mean, I wasn't there when it happened. She told me. I don't want to stretch that too far.
Just an interesting dynamic. Just being pitted against, you know, this being, Sidon, by his very own offspring. Interesting.
It helps when the being's an asshole, but, you know.
If it's bringing about the end of all of Thylea, and you're part of Thylea, it'd be a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I don't tell you, I mean, you feel free to doubt her all you want, but as far as I've known her, she's always been a friend to the people of Thylea. I mean, like, all the people. As long as you're not a Titan, it seems like she's on real good terms with you.
Just an observation.
Okay. Well, if I could offer another observation, I write, and she writes, and we both write to each other. fun, educational fact joke there. And I haven't really heard from her in about 2 weeks. So she's fine, She's literally the daughter of a Titan, so probably fine. But just a heads up, little note in the margins there. It might not be all well.
And you usually heard more often than that?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. 2 weeks is really long, especially for how, semi sort of nearby we are. I mean, look, she needed some great deed. I'm out here in the Heartlands, so. And as she's explained, she'll actually turn. Let me draw a little bit more of your progress so it's a bit more accurate. As you're just kind of on the edge of the woods here, you've been walking, the fields have slowly given way to more arboreous terrain, getting a bit more rocky. Even this far inland, you can occasionally get that breeze that's clearly coming in from Cerulean Gulf. I'll do my best weatherman thing that's pushing in from the south. But thus far, the weather here has been incredible. Barely a few clouds, that good hot in the sun, cool in the shade temperature, and a decent breeze that keeps the sweat at least mostly off of you and cools it on your skin. But as you guys reach, there is a small vineyard just with the woods at its edge. You see a few rows of vines beginning to come to their full purple ripeness, practically ready to burst, it seems, as you guys get closer. And a small hut. And Kira says, all right, this is the place. Sorry, I don't mean for this. This isn't really a diversion, but the sun's getting a little low there, and I like to check on these guys every once in a while. And she'll reach forward to the wooden door and knock a few times. And you'll see that a young boy will creak open the door, and then without a word will fling it open. It appears to be about a boy of 12. He'll just run and throw himself at Kira, like nearly taking her off her feet, as he laughs and exclaims, "Kira, you're back!" She'll kind of swing him once around, using momentum to hopefully not fall off her feet. Yeah, of course I... Sorry, ooh, what a little sing-songy there. Of course I'm back, Arotas. Oh, why, you think I just vanished somewhere with that explanation? That would be ridiculous. I'm not an air nymph. I'm much cooler. I'm a poetess. And boops him on the nose. And he'll kind of disengage and look at the rest of you. Who are your friends? You can use friends. I think we're cool. Friends, who are your friends?
Hey, I am Leo, and he walks up and shakes his hand.
And he'll take, and the boy will become very shrewd as you offer it. And then Kira will nudge him, come on, don't do this. And he'll take it and seem to laugh. And you will see a older man and woman, about 42 for the man, 34 for the woman. The man is bearded, and his face is ringed with the kind of age that only comes with deep smiles. The woman is beautiful. Her hair pulls back and the sun and her sun-kissed skin, a perfect complement to assumedly her husband's. And they'll both look at Kira as if seeing a dearly old friend. And she'll turn and look at them. Oh, Pelagia, Pericles, it's so good to see you two. Oh, it's been too long. And she'll go and embrace them both at the same time. Then again, they'll also turn to you. And rather than the rest of you offering, she'll kind of, these are my friends and traveling companions, Threnos, Differa, Calliope, Ponos, Eliana, and Leo. And all their eyes will kind of, and the man will kind of, you don't honestly expect us not to recognize the heroes of the Heartlands at our very own door. We had runners coming by just today, shouting about it. Please, no. And he moves out of the way, and whoever is close, I assume Leo, since you were shaking the boy Erotas's hands, he'll kind of just full on embrace you. Like he's a thick farm strength man, but not really as built as you. And he gives you a good squeeze. Come, all of you. You must come in. I can only offer my hospitality. And at least the very best of what we have yet harvested. Perhaps even a song, he says, motioning towards Kira and his own son, it seems.
Your hospitality is welcome. Thank you.
In fact, we might be able to persuade Pavlos to perhaps part with some of his merchandise. We have welcomed another in for the night. It's just, it seemed a cruel thing in times like this to turn someone away. Come quickly, though. I'm keeping you all at the door for far too long. And he'll turn and start ushering Leo in, basically pulling you along into this house. As Kira looks at you all, like gives you a smile, and will follow in afterward. And you're kind of just left out beyond the door, trusting that you'll eventually make your way in.
Yep.
Threnos will duck in and take a look around and head over to the wall and kind of disappear into it.
Samesies.
Everyone going in?
Yes. Defira, seeing Leo kind of being pulled in, will note that and just like make sure he stays within like visual range.
Well, obviously you want to be nice to me. Obviously I deserve the full golden service hospitality. So yeah, lead the way to my hearty meal and warm bed. I assume. I mean,
yes.
Yeah,
Well,
so.
You go in, and this house is built very similar to, if any of you were raised in the Heartlands. It's a traditional villa, small, single-floored, except for one area that has 2 floors in the back to oversee a bit of the vineyard. It opens into a middle courtyard and a bit of open air for a lot of the kitchen and seating around a small statuette for the 5 gods can be seen just at the end of the courtyard beneath an olive tree. And you'll also find at the middle of the hearth fire at the center of this courtyard, there is a small girl, no older than 7, kind of quietly blowing on a pipe, not the smoke pipe, musical pan pipe. And the sound is absolutely enchanting. I mean, she must have practiced since she was capable of holding it to have reached the level of mastery that she has here. Beside her is an older man looks well worn, and beside him is a crate that he of bottles that he seems to have opened slightly and is already pouring himself a cup. As you enter, he offers a salute, and the rest of the family will kind of motion. Please, come in quickly. We'll have food out soon, but enjoy yourselves. Please, make yourselves comfortable. We'll be around with you shortly.
Thank you. You're too kind.
Yeah, you're released from your hospitality crib and allowed to enter in amongst the courtyard. There's seating here. There is, benches and a few chairs. Nothing entirely too fine, and very simple, basic decorations. A few things painted, in a red, white stucco. And it's just calm here, though. It's safe.
It's a little quiet, a little mute for my usual taste, but I like it. Where are the rest of you staying?
I'm not going to tell him. And I am going to wander over to the little girl and the guy next to the crate and just kind of kneel and listen to her play.
Yeah, it is absolutely enchanting.
And Thrynos will kind of squat down, almost perch, and his wings will fold over him, sort of like a cloak. Very submissive, non-threatening manner, covering my arms and everything. And I'll kneel down and say, "You've been touched by Kira, haven't you, little one?"
She'll pull moves the food away from her. That's what Daddy says, and Mommy says, and what Auntie Kira, who says she's not Kira, and wants to make sure that's clear, says. Yeah. And the man next to her, I would agree. She has certainly been blessed by the goddess.
And you're traveling as well on this road?
Yes. The family here, Lilotti, they are, well, occasionally they allow me the honor of selling their goods in Astoria. Yeah, I was able to purchase a few of their early stock this year. I am sure to make a fine profit, as well as my selling of Apollo. My mule, sorry. Not a man, a mule. Though he complains like a man.
That doesn't make it any clearer, but good luck in your mercantile.
And what of you? Why are you traveling the road? Messenger? Or?
On our way to the Oracle.
No. For a reading, or perhaps for something greater?
Maybe the beginning of answers. Or perhaps the end of questions so that we can get the answers.
Ah, I see. Ah, you would do well in Mitros, friend. They have temples of logisticians, and I have... If you truly want answers, or at least a lot more questions, you would go there. But the Oracle is also a fine place to start. I have not been so capable to have gone her way just yet, but I find the locals in Astoria and Mitros serve me just fine.
Well, philosophers can start sounding a lot like braying mules after a time, so maybe Mitros isn't the place.
Well, perhaps I should bring Apollo that way. He might have a thing or two to show those philosophers.
Maybe he'll be worth more there.
I certainly hope so. So, let's see. Who has a sword on their side?
I do.
Okay. Just want to take note because eventually you're going to hear you're going to feel a soft tug at your toga. as Erodos, the young boy, looks at you. Do you know how to use that sword? Or just kind of carry it around so no one attacks you on the road?
Yep. Did you say you wanted to use it?
No, do you know how to use it?
Oh, yeah. Yes, of course. And I think, he pulls it out and begins to show off, like just some little moves. Nothing too fancy.
And he's gonna draw his own wooden sword from the corner. It appears like it's a thick branch of a tree that he's mostly whittled down. Like his access to a sharp weapon has been limited somewhat. So he's made some progress, but it's mostly just a heavy stick at this point. And he'll attempt to kind of like similarly parry or similarly like do some flourishes of the stick. And for the most part, it's just swinging it around like this. But he's like, so teach me how you did your thing. I'll teach you how I do mine. Windmill.
And then I think it's like, no, hold it like this. And like, when you want to block, you swipe it this way, and just get distracted and just spend just a lot of time, just showing them just basic moves with the sword.
I would say the parents will kind of come around to the rest of you, particular Pericles. If there is anything you need at the moment, here, and he'll offer you a small bowl of bread each. It appears as a little olive oil at the base. If you want water, or perhaps I wouldn't mind opening a cask for heroes.
I'll accept the bread from him. There's no need. Your bread and oil is enough.
Well, hopefully you would accept some beds as well. I would hate to have you sleeping out even in the barn. We can make room. It's a simple enough thing. We typically expect a few guests. When you're in the business of wine, a few customers having to stay the night is not so strange a thing. But please, I've been entirely too rude. And he'll get rather than he'll move some of the chairs and indeed get some small of course I'm blanking on the word, but like a piece of cloth pulled taut by an X form of legs, and he'll
cot.
Well, not as long as a cot, like a cot for your butt, a butt cot, similar to Epcot, but but he'll pull out one of those to sit on himself. Please, I must. There is only a small tradition in our family. We share the arts with each other. If we may, I would have the children, especially for our favorite recurring guest. And he'll motion towards Kira, who is kind of quietly watching you all mingle and smiling to herself. If I might convince the boy to stop swinging sticks at strangers, probably pulling Leo's attention long enough for Erothos to whack you in the ankle. I am sorry. I'm so terribly.
It's okay. Getting good.
You're dead.
Good
Mere
scrub.
flesh wound.
Tis but a scratch.
Pericles will like move up and like kneel down by the boy. Erotos, why don't you sing one of those new songs you always are going on about? You said you want to share it next time Auntie Kira showed up. And he'll, yeah. And moving up behind, you'll notice that the sun is beginning to set more it's set to a point where the stars are just beginning to illuminate. Pelagia is going around and lighting a few oil lamps around here to provide a decent amount of lighting. Nothing that will blind you, certainly, but between the hearth and this, you're kept, well lit and aware of everything. And the boy starts to sing about a song about the stars, how they guide the travels and voyages by ship, and how great heroes can find their place in this world if but they trust that the night sky guide them true, and that even perhaps wishes and promises can be granted on such beautiful crystals in the sky. His mother, as she finishes lighting, will actually accompany a few of the final verses on a harp of her own, and she strums it as if the wind flowed through each of your ears and graced you. For a beautiful moment, you can kind of take in as each star begins to light, the constellations above you becoming more and more clear. And just as you can almost probably feel yourselves wanting to chart out your own course, the song ends. And the boy and his mother bow, once to each other, once to all of you. And then they both kind of, and then Errol just kind of puts his hands on his hips. So what do you think?
Very good. Just as good as you're fighting.
Well, I mean, I know.
There is
It
a
was wonderful.
lesson in your song, child. One to remember as you swing your sticks. You see, song is sharper than any sword. One may pierce the flesh, but the other pierces the soul. One ends life, but the other gives it meaning. Sing your songs, boy.
Kira
You
will.
need more pizzazz, to get attention. A bit of drama to the whole thing.
Kira will give a nod over to you, Panos, and you and I this is a child. It was beautiful. And it's always good to know that Pelagia has not lost her touch, even for a moment. And the two will kind of look at each other and, nod. But here we'll continue. I think I heard the haunting melody of Aura practicing a song. And the little girl who moved off to the side, kind of nod again. Could someone else go first? I haven't practiced this one enough.
Would you feel better about it if someone played with you?
Nice, I guess. Do you know the song?
I feel like I can be pretty good at improvising. A fast learner.
Okay. And she'll calmly go over to her mother, who will hand her what you now can notice in the light is a beautiful harp. I mean, this is very clearly a gold leafing. The strings almost seem of pure light themselves in the fire. And hands it over very carefully, and the girl kind of holds it awkwardly. Being small, she can barely hold this, but reaches out and looks to you, Calliope.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at that point, Calliope will take out a dulcimer, actually, that she at least as far as everybody knows, like, they haven't seen it. She's definitely been like taking the effort to kind of like hide it and not really have it around too much. But yeah, she takes it out and has like a lot of coastal theming, very like pearlescent in color, just because of where she's from. And yeah, just make sure it's all in shape and is ready to play.
Okay, this one starts on C, I think. Yeah, starts on C. She gives a quick like look over to Kira, who nods, and we'll begin playing. It's a melody you're able to, at the very least, accompany with ease, getting a good feel of the notes as the introductory stanza flows quite nicely. There are no words to this melody. There is no particular theming that the girl gives, but for a moment you find every single one of you find yourself absolutely enchanted and entranced to her playing. The song seems to strike at the very heart of you, taking you back to the last time you felt safe and comfortable and among friends. And I guess starting with Defera, what is your character feeling right now? What memory does this stir in them?
It probably makes her extremely uncomfortable, because she does not necessarily want to be thinking about things like this. So she has memories of a past of a family with a couple of kids and partner and a lot of really amazing things, but none of which are accessible to her or within her realm of understanding. So she is not enjoying it, but she is listening very closely.
Okay. Going down, Ponos.
Feelings of flamboyance and sort of carelessness is a simple way of palming everything off as casual and way of seeing himself as floating in place. All seems to melt away as he's listening to this song. And anyone that's watching will just see him falling more and more into a internalized silence and introspective, sort of unusual for him to see this moment of inward reflection.
Okay. And Eliana.
Sorry, what was the question?
This song takes you back to a moment where you felt safe and comfortable. What is that moment? What memories does this song stir?
Probably the times in the Astorian temples, where she would typically be in like one of the salt baths, just like a sensory deprivation, where she could just let everything go and just see all of the possibilities of the world and just kind of weightlessly float through them in a sense and just see what could be.
And Threnos.
For Threnos, what comes to mind first are the storms that would rack the coast where he grew up. And especially storms in the evening before bed. He remembers one time in particular his mother went out as she did every storm. And the lightning would crash and the waves would be blasting against the cliffs beneath their nest. And he would wait for that moment she flew back in from the storm. And the music reminds him of that moment when his mother came back out of the storms.
Calliope.
All right. As Calliope continues to play along with this melody, she starts to feel the sand of the coast under her feet again. She can smell the briny salt of the coast, and for just a second, I think, hear the rest of her flock singing in unison as they typically would. And as she kind of hones in on those voices again, kind of an absent-minded hum begins to kind of well within her throat that she, towards the end of the song, has to just stifle completely because she quickly remembers the dangers of a siren song.
Leo.
I think at first he is happy as he has not heard music seemingly for a while. But he recalls his little cottage where, he'd spend a whole lot of time waiting. And in the back of his head, he remembers that, well, this place was safe. There was somewhere else that was safer. But as he thinks, he just like furrows his brow as he tries to remember. Oh, wait, there was somewhere just long ago. I think he just drifts as he just tries with all his might to just recall that one moment that is just nagging him, but it does not come to him.
And you all hang there in a moment in your unease or at just reaching for memories of things forgotten. And slowly, as it came on, it drifts away. Like all visions, it comes to an end. And the little girl stops playing on her harp. I imagine, Clive, because you're kind of caught in this, takes you a moment to catch up. Or rather, and at the same time. And she'll kind of just put her hands into her lap and not even waiting for a moment, Kira will kind of come and scoop the girl up into her arms. That was amazing! You did so good! And she'll give a giggle in return, again, even now you can see she has a deep blush on her cheeks as Kira brings her in for a hug. And Kira will kind of look at the rest of you. Well, I don't know how anyone else is going to follow that up, but I don't know. Last time I was here, I did promise these two, she'll say and point towards the boy, a really good bedtime story, and I recently had some exceptional inspiration. So I think if everything's all right, and she'll look towards Pelagia and Pericles will nod, and take the boy by the hand and continue to carry Aura away to the back room. You all rest well now. We have a lot more to do. A world to save even. And Hercules will kind of stand. If anyone else would like to share, we are free to also enjoy the silence. I know personally I'm always moved by my children's gifts, but I would not mind a nice lively tune, eh? Perhaps not. No.
I'm going to step outside for a moment.
I hope we have not offended you somehow.
You're fine.
Ah. Okay.
She's like that, I guess.
You've
This is
not
the-
known it.
Third time she's walked out of a place contemplatively in a very short amount of time.
You still being able to run away from her problems?
I think she's a deep thinker.
Ah.
Either that or she's running from Ponos.
Little column A, little column B.
Pavlos will raise a cup. Another fine addition to the philosophers at Mitros, eh? Perhaps I could sell Apollo to you all.
Well, I'm not looking for a donkey at the moment.
It's a good donkey. It's a fine ass.
I am
God damn it.
certain that that's the case. It's appreciated, but I don't know. What of the rest of you? Do we need a donkey?
I don't
I've really got enough
necessarily
problems
think
that
so.
to have to deal with. Can't be paying out for 6 pairs of shoes.
It's all right. I should be able to make plenty of gold when I get them to Astoria. They've been going through a drought, you know, these last few weeks.
Really?
Eh? Sidon himself seems to have cursed the city, according to my contacts. Takes away all the rain they might have and sends it off into blistering storms on Mitros. But what they lose in crops, they make up for in more hardiness, which, according to them, they're crazy enough to want.
Sidon takes, that's for sure.
Yes, if it's true, but you won't get me saying that so long as he has the order around. But you're tired of me grousing about business, please. If you are as great a hero as I think you are, you must have good stories, yes?
Well, I suppose we've seen a thing or two.
One thing, sure. Many things, hopefully.
Ponos, do you want to tell the tale of our...
I thought you would never ask. Now, you, sir, grab a seat or a butt cop, because boy oh boy, are you going to be wanting to sit down for this one. You want to rest those puppies, because, would you believe in the giant boar made of condemned flesh and rotting carcass? This beast was more of a monstrosity than a wild, untamed force of chaos. And of course, who was summoned to take on such a creature of damnation? But I, Ponos, and the cast of background characters that accompanied him. Naturally, as I commanded my men to dig their trenches and erect their barricades, I stood upon a mighty cliff face staring down at the boar's lair, and only when it charged towards me did I draw my swords to strike. However, fear dashed into the heart of such a beast, and it turned tail like the squealing pig it was and ran for its very life, through the barricades, impaling itself on my emboldened idea of a spiked wall, crashing down, squealing and braying. My charge was so fierce that even my own comrades blundered into my path. My swords did their work, and the beast was slain. As far as I remember.
Well, it was more of Difra killing the boar while Ponos tried to hit me with a sword, but other than that, fairly similar.
Point is, no more pigs. plenty of pork scratchings to go round, and everyone was happy.
Well, it's a good justice you've done one way or another, and a fine story. You might be a strong philosopher, but this man is a storyteller.
He does weave tales, doesn't he?
Much easier when you actually have one.
Makes sense.
I always wondered why the satyr were such jovial folk. Perhaps I should think of this joke the next time I meet one.
Next time you meet one.
Yes, of course. They're not so strange a thing out in the Heartlands. Especially not once we get close into the woods.
There's more. Okay, well.
And a jokester at that. There are many more satyrs. They're one of the natural peoples of Thylea.
Huh.
Ponos, have you never met one of your own before?
That's a very interesting way to phrase it. No. Safe to say I have not. Huh. Well, you learn something new each day.
I did not think I would be such a teacher as the basic history of Thylea, but I was happy to provide it in exchange then.
Oh.
Well, let me think. What fine story do I know? There was a tiff last year at the wine festival in Astoria. Some actresses not getting along with each other, but that is hardly comparable to the tale of great heroes. I mean, unless you think the idea of inter-theatrical politics is something of interest.
That seems a bit heavy for the evening.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Well, let's see. I do want to share, and at that point, Pericles will cut in. Why don't I tell you all a much easier story to cleanse our palates from less bloodshed and emotional woes? I am sorry, friends. I did not know my daughter was preparing such a heavy thing. I would have brought out more wine.
It's not too late.
It's certainly not.
But-
Yes.
Yeah, no, the song was beautiful. Don't.
And thank you. I wish I could claim any of it as my own, but the moment my aura touches an instrument, she just knows it. As if one knows a lover. If you'll forgive the analogy, for Pelagia. And she'll give him a smile as she will actually bring out a few cups on a serving tray for everyone, coming up to each of you.
It
Take
is
one in each hand.
appreciated. I'll hold a cup and thank you. Do you know the story of the sirens?
Pericles will. Oh yes, but alas, I only know it if it were sung alongside the most beautiful harpist of the world. If only I was able to. And he motions to his wife and like grabs her by the side tenderly. I found her. We may tell this story yet.
Well, you know of us, though. Would you mind? Calliope, could you play something appropriate for our history?
Yeah, I can.
You see, we once lived in beautiful cities of limestone on the coast. A towering spire, pillars thrusting out of the crashing waves. It was nothing but joy and song and praise to Sidon. He governed the seas. The seas surround us and protect us. But, as Sidon does, Sidon takes. We built a tower. A tower that, well, he felt did not do him just praise. And he was displeased. It broke our hearts. We tore down the tower. We tore down our cities. We retreated to the cliffs. But he didn't care. Our repentance meant nothing to him, for we still sang. So we stopped. Our voices silenced. We would go meekly to offer our gifts instead of joyously. But it had sickened us. The gods loved our songs. Our voices stilled. The towers cracked. The city fell. And for centuries, we were silent. For some of us, a new song is returning. But I fear that we are reaching the end of an age before we're going to find our voice. That is the story of the sirens.
There is this breath of space as just the silence of your sad story fills the air. I know the songs of your people were beautiful things, but never again will I tell the tale, even attempt to, with even the slightest touch of revelry. It's the least respect you deserve for having brought such a beautiful thing into my home. So both of you, thank you. My goodness. I really should have brought out the extra wine. The stronger stuff would have perhaps given our woes a warm companion. But perhaps it is best we are left alone to our thoughts.
Very few of us venture into the world looking for purpose and adventure when we're happy, when we're content. Something's missing, we want something more.
There is more wisdom in your words than I think most would properly recognize, friend. And evening pushes on. Unless anyone else has a song or a story they'd like to tell. Passes quietly. Each of you brought to a private room, not a large thing by any stretch of the imagination, but a warm bed to rest yourselves on, a candle to keep yourself awake as long as you'd like, and food and drink for however long you wish. But slowly, Pavlos will retire for the evening, encouraging you all again. If I don't see you in the morning, be certain to find me in Astoria. The world could use, the world, or at least my cart, could use such fine heroes as yourself participating in the fine mercantile craft. Perhaps then I will be rid of a certain ass, and I can properly treat you to a dinner. And then Pelagia will retire. Kira will eventually join you all outside and sit and listen to a few strums of the lyre. And Pericles will tell a few softer stories to fill the empty air. A little bit of the history of Thylea, of how the settlers came to be through a rough, torpid storm, and how they had to fight for every inch. Our peace was made at the cost of many good lives. Then a few about the history of Mitros and the Aresian Wars, founding of the city, buildings of particular temples, the day the Kraken took down the statue of Pythor. Well, one of the two. It's an awkward thing when there's still statues. I mean, perhaps it was the god's own intention that such a creature come and challenge his form. But the evening will pass, and unless anyone else does anything, the next dawn will rise. Once again, standing chipper in the center of this open air area, Kira will wave to you all. So, good night. I understand I missed a few performances, though some of you certainly impressed me more than I thought I would be impressed. Which is actually, I expected to be incredibly impressed anyway. So, good job with that, she'll say as she shoots you a wink quietly. But if we're ready, I think if we're fast and, using all the hero juices we got in us for the day, we can reach the temple by nightfall. You guys got hero juices on you, right? Is that a thing?
I think we'll
Got
make
some
it
pocket
with or
juice.
No, you don't. You don't want to keep that in your pocket. What kind of tunic has a pocket? Huh. Anyway, at the door, Pelagia and Pericles and Eratos and Aura will be there with a few sacks of bread and a bottle of wine and 2 traveling flasks of water. To help you along your journey, we wanted to give you a few things. We understand you're going to be on your way.
You're too kind. We appreciate it.
There is... you don't understand the laws of hospitality in this land. You never know when the god might walk through your door. It is better to have an open heart and arms and door than to shut yourself off to the world. It makes us all stronger.
Yeah, that it does.
Kira will kind of go down the line and give all of them a hug first and head outside. But if you're free to head down the handshake or Irish goodbye procession as you like. And your journey through the woods and around this mountain pass progresses fairly simply. You're able to keep just the outskirts, nothing too much getting in your way, except for an occasional, territorial bird, but that only takes a few swats and a toss of breadcrumbs and perhaps maybe a bit meteor occasionally. As you make your way into this small valley, and where Kira guides you down a path along the running water into the Cave of the Oracle. And I think here would be a great time as you step foot into this long cave, occasional blasts of steam fogging the air around you, craggy rocks all about, warm vapors rise from every direction you can possibly think, and you feel yourself sweating from the heat and exertion, not only of your long journey down the crags into this cleft of earth, but from the immense heat erupting from this place. Some of you might feel more at home than others, but you have made it. And now you must find the Oracle. Though perhaps not as safe as you would have liked. Take us out. Welcome everyone, we are back with Oathsworn Odyssey, the Dragonlords campaign here at TPK Roleplay, with a journey undertaken, pizza devoured, songs sung. No, it's good pizza, don't ever apologize for that. A warm night amongst friends shall continue. Haha, you thought I was talking about this last experience, but we're all friends. As you enter this boiling hot room, but before you, you can see a thick white marble pillars in the distance. Though you will also see, I would say in the front, Ponos and Leo, in the occasional gusts of steam in the distance just over here, you see occasional shapes of a humanoid face form and dissipate as if they are smiling and giggling at you.
I think, Leo smiles back.
What are you lot gormlessly looking at?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking.
There's something in there.
Something in where?
In amongst all of that. Blowing puffs of hot air at me. And I don't take kindly to it.
Don't worry, you get used to it.
I didn't even know what that's supposed to mean.
I don't know if you're
Kira's
supposed
not
to
with.
I'm sorry, are you looking for Kira?
Is she in here with us?
She's gone. No, she's in the back. Kira, you can assume Kira is always a safe distance away, about shoutable distance, but not immediately in the action with you. And she'll enter. Yeah, this is normal. Gosh, it never gets warmer in here. Hell, my parchment scrolls survive this heat at any point. Hell, people live here. Can you imagine that?
Well, that's the question. You said you saw something in the mist. Is there supposed to be something in the mist? In the steam?
I mean, steam could be some, small phase spirits. I mean, Devil the Oracle, right? It's pretty. You know what? Probably just steam methods. Don't even. I'd say just walk through to the temple. I mean, be careful. Again, I haven't heard from her, and honestly, talking this loud, even now, kind of puts me at unease. But just steam methods,
Right.
Like, look, I enjoy fucking with people. I think it's great. And even I kind of get, put off by steam methods. Just a little much,
Well, we're here to see Versi, so let's get on with it.
Yeah, some of us more
Yeah,
than
before-
others.
Yeah, before we start walking around, I guess can I just kind of look around, see if there's like any signs of like danger or like struggle or something.
Sure, certainly. Yeah, make me a perception or investigation, however you want to flavor this.
Okay. Yeah, perception.
Oh yeah, this game is stats.
Okay, 15. Not bad.
Yeah, with a 15, I mean, looking around, it's very much like I described it. Hot, craggy, very natural formed cavern here. Definitely steam vents erupting all around you. And you can occasionally now see what the other two were talking about as you step a little bit further in. You might not immediately recognize them as steam efforts, but like if you were to point out to Kira, she would be like, yeah, must have moved in some point in the last 2 weeks or sooner. Usually they would chase him off, you know? Pains in the ass. I can't blame for coming in here though. I mean, it's like prime real estate.
Can I kneel down and kind of put my hand into one of the pools of water to gauge the temperature of the springs that are here?
Sure. So that pool right there, is that when you're going to go into it? Sorry, yeah, just dip your hand into it. You can kneel down, and it's very much akin to a warm bath up here. Not boiling by any means. This is more matriculated condensation that is kept warm by the kind of general heat and temperature of the cavern itself. So you're certainly not at risk of boiling your hand, but it's definitely not a hot tub either. It's the kind of lukewarm temperature, enough to be like you went to a gas station restroom and hit the warm water button, and it's kind of like, yeah, this is legally warm.
Disappointing at best.
You get the sense, if you wanted to dip your hand in the stream to the left of you, as you can kind of like move along, that it will get warmer the deeper in you go.
Okay.
But yeah, I see two brave heroes venturing close to the temple if everyone else wants to move themselves up to where they are in a few moments as we get there. As the two of you can see, this massive temple has been built directly into the walls of the canyon. Towering columns support a pediment that is carved from the rocky cliff face. A marble frieze of Sidon sits enthroned above the center columns, his black glaive in one hand. And in fact, let me reveal a bit more of this to show you an entrance from which you can tell. You two, make me a perception check really quick.
Who's you two?
Sorry, Eliana and Leo. Ooh.
Nice.
Wow, 29, natural 20 for a 26 and a 19. Yeah, you guys are going to notice as you approach through the of steam, you can hear a slight clank of armor and arms against stone as you're able to make out. You can make out whatever you want, but you can barely see 4 soldiers in the colors of in the royal colors of Sidon amongst the pillars, trying their best to hide.
What are you doing?
You have a natural 20, so I'd like to hear the next part. Do you think they can see us? No, don't be ridiculous. We've hidden well. Rhaegar told us we are blessed by Sidon, Lord of storms and steams. They cannot see us.
And just to herself, morons.
I know that look. Someone's dicked you off. What's going on? Tell the group. Share.
And she'll just like hand, like kind of gesturing towards them. Uh,
Hmm.
apparently, guests.
You're going to see
They-
the briefest flash of a metal helmet around a corner. They definitely saw us. They definitely saw us, man. We need to get out of here. And they're rustling.
So
Do
loud.
they realize that we've seen them?
And Eliana just nod her head.
They are holding for the moment, but from the conversation that you're able to overhear, you can gauge they're a little wary of you all.
Hello? We're here to see the Oracle.
Sure. Great. This is how I wanted this to go. Perfect.
You're not doing much yourself there, Ponos.
No, I'm just enjoying the hot springs.
Of course you are.
She's not here.
Idiots. Just show yourselves at this point, or beyond pleasures, pleasantries, whatever you want to call it.
Would you like to attempt to intimidate these men?
Sure. I'm not charismatic whatsoever.
I will give you a +5 because your legend precedes you at this point, at least to these guys.
Wow, I'm super great at this.
Wow.
Can I maybe like help out?
I will allow, again, if you want to take out your +5, I will allow you down.
This is exactly how I wanted this to go.
I think
I-
yeah. Or
Am I
you
rolling in, or is Leo?
Leo can roll on his own without the +5, or Eliana can attempt again with the plus, which is really more of a +4 because you have a -1 charisma. I forgot how like stat hungry you guys were.
Listen, I'm pretty decent. A lot of other things. Charisma's not.
Some
Charisma's
people,
not.
oh
that.
my god, my party's so broken. Me, why won't my party buff themselves?
I'll roll. I think Leo kind of just like furrows his brow and like I think gets serious and just says yells, "Where is she?" 16.
Okay. These two guys down here are going to take the moment to retreat inside, and you'll hear them shouting, "The heroes are here! Those people you warned us about, they're here!" And these two are going to turn the corner and kind of both raise shield and spear. No step further. Your oracle's not to see anyone today, or ever.
You're not even holding that spear right.
And you're gonna take a moment to look at that. And I think at that we want to roll initiative, and I'm gonna let you all get a surprise round.
Got him.
Oh wait, let me pull up that thing. Oh no! Defera, you can roll again, but if you do worse than 15, feel free to give yourself that 15 back. Yes, I can change that to a 15 again.
Solid 6.
Defera, I'm not seeing you on the tracker.
Oh, you gotta click your token.
Have you clicked your token? I can also give you a turn if it's easier that way. Okay, I'm gonna do a 15 and then give these guys a turn, and we're not even gonna bother to change the music since I'm gonna roll them a quick initiative, and you guys get your surprise round. So, Defera or Quonekjas.
Yeah. So, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and cast Mage Armor on myself.
We could, in theory, if you wanted to, since we knew we were going to a dangerous situation, say you already had that cast.
Check. Okay, I have to write that down.
No worries. But yeah, you feel free to do
Then-
something else.
Yeah, so then I will yeah, I'll just go ahead and stick with casting Infestation.
Oh, what? Oh gosh, remind me. That is what kind of save on my part?
On save?
Okay. All right. Well, this should be interesting. Basic soldier is not all that constitutional. 9. And would need to change some settings. So that's a failure, I'm gonna guess.
Yes. So it's not much for damage, just 6 points of damage, but it does have to roll, or it does have to move 5 feet south.
All right. Which one are you aiming this at?
We'll go with this guy.
This top one is going to take 6, and you see the insectoid swarm courses over him, not completely taking him out, but it does panic him, causing him to drop his spear. Mouth, come on, get on the game. And he will, begin swatting and clawing at his face. He looks in a bad way just from that alone. But is there anything else you'd like to do? Movement or chatter of any kind? Oh, you good? You good? Thumbs up?
That was a thumbs up.
Okay,
Sorry.
cool. No worries. Calliope.
Okay, cool. Tell you what, I'm just gonna move my 30 feet on down here. Sure. Can I see any more of what's down this hallway?
Yes, the columns are fairly thickly put together, so I'm going to hide a little bit of it just for some
okay.
grand reveal stuff. But you can see a large sacrificial altar. Let me do some polygon reveals for somewhere areas the light goes in by drawing isosceles triangles into this temple. But you can see those 2 soldiers just out of your range, with the steam making it a little difficult to see. You can kind of see a darkly cloaked figure.
Oh, fun.
That they seem to be reporting to.
All right. Is that figure towards the back over here where the other 2 were, or
Yes, literally
Okay.
right in front of them. He's in that dark blue-black cloak that would probably be associated with Sidon.
Okay.
Though I will also note, you can see another form in white robes at his knees.
Okay. Cool. Well, unfortunately, the way this is ranged, we're not gonna be able to get more than just the 2 guys right here, or 2 guys up front. But that's fine. Yeah, she's just gonna walk up and just be like, "We saw you," and cast fairy fire on the 2 of them. I need some dex saves.
Okay. Let me pull this up real fast. Come on. The dexterity saves. Again, these guys, not the dexiest. That's going to be a 9 and an 11.
Oh, both fail.
So
Okay.
they're lit up amongst the stones like Christmas trees. Each of you watching. How does this magic work? Tell me how that goes.
Okay. So the I hear an echo of me and I don't know where it's coming from. Never mind. It's gone now. I don't know what happened. Sorry, that just distracts me more than anything. Calliope will kind of benefit from any light that is within, the cavern and kind of like show it from the insides of her wings to refract in such a way that it shines onto these two guards and envelops them in this, I'll say, pinkish violet light.
Perfect. Okay, and if that's your turn?
Yeah, so attacks on them have advantage and they can't be invisible, y'all.
Oh, darn.
I know.
I'm really gonna be disappointed when my soldiers can't be invisible. But, Ponos, it is your turn to strike.
How deep is the kind of stream next to me? Is it kind of just trickling along the ground, or is it
It's walkable. I'd say its deepest point, right about where Thrynos is standing. It might go up to your knee.
Okay. I think what it's going to try and do is get into the water and sort of lie down in it, and sort of using his hands just under him, kind of try and push himself along in the water till he gets to this deeper section as best he can, trying to avoid to be seen.
Make me a stealth check.
Sure.
And I will say take a +2 because that's super fucking inventive.
Thank you.
Like
I'm gonna need it. Oh!
I'm gonna need it. Rolls an 18 for a 20
With
total.
a -1 as a rogue to stealth, so
Yeah, we can chat.
so a 20.
It'll be better when y'all win that way. So for 20
We'll get
total, you are totally out of sight for these guys. Their eyes both flicking momentarily to the point where you move down the stream, though one of them definitely is consumed with the need to get the bugs out of my eyes. As one does.
As they get to the deeper point, he's going to kind of kneel and set himself, and then leap with a great splash, causing as much, throwing water up with himself, trying to create as much of a sight as possible onto the rock there. And I'm going to use minor illusion to create more steam, as he leaps out of the water. All this steam's coming off his body as the water's evaporating, and use minor illusion to kind of create much more of a dramatic, kind of grandiose, slightly intimidating roll of steam across the top of the cave, and kind of snarl at these guards and look at them and kind of brandish his swords and say, "You were warned about us. There's a reason for that. Just take your lives and leave while you can."
Make me another intimidation check as you appear before these, not unlike certain devils down in the good state of Georgia.
That's a 19.
You are going to see both of the souls drop out of their bodies. Already their very scared faces, just absolute horror is painted across them as they see you. Clearly elite and dangerous warriors, just as they were warned. And when this round is over and it gets their turn, they are looking very much to turn tail and run. If one of them's already dropped their weapon, the other will join him, and they both appear ready to get the hell out of here. Leo, what's the move?
I think he heads up right in front, and you say the Oracle doesn't have time for us, but I know she always has time for her champion, and attacks. 14 to hit.
That will actually, I will say, because he is terrified, you also have to roll with advantage.
Oh, sweet.
So do one more and then we'll chat.
That's an 8.
Unfortunate.
I will say with the 14, this wouldn't usually hit, but this person has had every fear they ever had in this moment about the enemy confirmed to them in a few brief moments. His buddy's clawing at his eyes. I'm going to say this 14 hits, as his shield is lowered far below any defensive position.
And
11.
Yep.
You describe to me how like, are you slashing out in front? Are you coming down with your siphon, or are you lunging with it?
I think I'm coming down.
Got you. You are using the natural heft of the cleavings of the weight of the cleaving sword. Sorry, I had to stop myself before history lesson came in. And you absolutely crush and slice through his collarbone, connecting with so many ribs and clearing out as he crumples. Armor and the thin strips of bronze armor that barely adorned him, no longer any concern of yours, as he falls back onto a pillar and down.
Actually, yeah. And then for my bonus action, I have Shield Master. And so as a bonus action, I can try to shove a creature within 5 feet.
Yeah.
So yeah, like after I cleave, I think then I immediately go with my shield, just push his body towards his friend.
Well, he's not gonna get any resistance, so why don't you roll me in athletics versus this guy's reduced AC to chuck this man's dead companion at him. 22, that will hit. As you drape this one man with the other guy, he's gonna be knocked onto his feet, onto his back, the weight of his friend's armor doubling that of his own, and he's on the ground in an absolute panic. Again, this is still the surprise round, so Eliana.
Eliana's gonna come up, pointing the spear at his throat. Who brought you here, and where's Versi?
Breaker, downstairs. Just let me go. Look, just let me go. Just let me go, please. Anything you want to know. And you're going to be able to see further into the temple with, oh gosh, where's my reveal tool? Here we go. As a figure in dark black and blue will step forward towards sacrificial bier. If you'll allow me a brief moment into your turn. Holding an older man, and indeed, as you all get closer, I'll just reveal the central area a bit more as you're able to see into it. It's well lit, and there's plenty of room. The inner chamber of this temple is dominated by a massive bronze statue of Sidon, who sits upon a throne at the rear of the cella. At the foot of the statue is a rectangular pool which reflects the light of 4 large braziers into rippling patterns on the ceiling. Now you see 5 men who stand here, attendants and others in white robes, seemingly bound and gagged around the statue. An older man in particular, who has been spared the gag, has been brought up, and he is forced onto his stomach, onto the sacrificial bier, as the man brings a knife close to his neck. I understand we want to make threats. You see this man wearing a mask and gold laurel. My lord, Sidon does not do so well with threats from would-be heroes.
Speak your purpose.
I would have you turn around and leave. Show yourself to be the cowards you are, and let my accomplice go about her business. And perhaps I will spare a thought to not slitting this man's throat. The older man will pull his head up and rest his chin on the beer, if for only a moment, as to say, please, you can't let that hag keep hurting my lady. Leo, you can't let her hurt her. And he'll get a quick thud on the back of the head, not knocking him out, but certainly stunning him for a moment.
Where is she?
Oh, I would think, as big, brave heroes concerned with doing the right thing, you had much bigger concerns at the moment.
Putting your head on a spears. A good one.
Certainly. But it would not be before I could send your friends to speaking to my lady.
You say that as I would like to cast Sanctuary as a bonus action.
You know what? Yeah, we're kind of out of initiative here. We'll pick right back up with Threnos where we left off. Threnos, you'll have the first official move when you wish. But in this moment, we can kind of have a quick thing. If anyone wants to do something really fast, you want to reform up at the outside of this temple really quick. And I can throw us on some proper fight music.
Oh, I just make my way out of the water, so I'm not bothered by it. That's it.
For a moment, you felt the wet hair of a certain satyr-like gentleman. But yeah, and definitely beyond that, it's been quite warm. And let me quickly bring us over to some battle music. What would be a good one? This seemed interesting.
Okay, apparently it doesn't tell you what it do.
Yeah.
Thank you, game.
I know Sanctuary is disadvantage on any hits until it attempts. Disadvantage
No,
on any
you
hits
have to make a
against
save in order to hit him.
save. Oh, geez. Okay, wisdom save, if I recall.
Yeah.
I had a friend who particularly liked his monk who could sanctuary himself and then not hit anyone, quote unquote. So yeah, but yeah, what's everyone else doing? What's the move?
Well, are we going back to combat order?
We can start whenever you guys want to get into combat. I will say you guys have a quick moment to again reposition yourselves, speak your piece.
I assume the ding dong here buggers off.
He still has your spiritist thought, I would think.
Oh no, once Golden Laurel Boy here came up with the elderly, it would have been changed.
All right, and yeah, in that case, he is totally gonna get the fuck out of here. So,
Okay. I think as everyone forms up, Leo just even gets angrier. And I don't think he even warns him. I'm going to cast my Channel Divinity. And I'm going to do Dragon's Wrath. As an action, you can mimic the frightful presence of a dragon. You issue a roar as loud as an adult dragon. Each creature of your choice that is within 60 feet of you and are aware of you must succeed at a wisdom saving throw or become frightened for a minute.
I'm gonna allow. That's a level 2.
Oh, the level 3.
Okay, I'm gonna allow it this moment.
Cheats.
Because you are here to defend Versi, who we can get into your relationship with later. And that is certainly the correct moment for this kind of power to come up. So I will have some saves going around, but if no one else is any offensive or tactic speaking wise they want to do, I'm going to throw it over to Threnos as I have all these guys make saves. And I'll mark them as they go, so Threnos, feel free.
So what I am going to do, Threnos is going to walk forward and say, servant of Sidon, well, it'd be best if you step away from him. And I'm going to, with one wing, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith over the old man who's laying there on the altar, and with my other wing, I'm going to flick it forward, and a bonfire is going to begin underneath this. At the space, Golden Laurel Mysterio is standing.
Yeah.
I like this greatly.
Golden Laurel Mysterio will certainly not like that.
Oh, sorry, I can hit a button and you can see that I need a
I
dex
would
save.
I would love to see everything. A DC 13. Well, we'll see. He is not as spry. And I already used that -2 from a certain Sarah X Franco. So I guess to roll a natural 20 as
Fine.
he hold on a second, will spring backward to avoid it. Surprisingly spry for
For
his
an old
guard.
guy.
Well, he's not the old guy in the picture, but he certainly seems older with the way a beard peeks out from under the mask. But you will see he kind of jumps back quickly, leaving the old man unattended and with no knife at his throat.
And my at-will spell was purely for looks because I forgot they're both concentration, so he doesn't have any protection anymore anyway. That's my turn.
Okay. And we're back at the top of the order. I'm going to give this guy a turn. I'm just going to keep the soldiers where they were in combat, since they technically were. This is the first group technically merging with the second. And I'm going to have this fella roll initiative, thankfully, after everyone else. Going to hit quick descending, but Defera,
Yes.
tell me the news.
So, Defera will move. What she wants to do is she wants to push the old man out of the way. Probably to like somewhere over here.
Yeah.
And stand where he's standing.
Perfect. Yeah, swapping positions with someone like that, I'd say I'd even call that like a bonus action, especially because he is a bound and willing target. So you can get it. You get in there, and I mean, if you want to narrate this part for how you move.
She would probably look strangely reptilian or like snake-like while moving, probably unintentionally so, and kind of just by the side of his collar rip him out of that spot and step there, and as doing that would cast Arms of Hadar.
So what's that spell do, and what does that look like?
So, tendrils of dark energy erupt from you and batter the creatures within 10 feet. All creatures in that area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 2d6 necrotic damage and cannot take reactions until its next turn. And on a successful save, the creature takes half damage but suffers no other effect.
Okay. I'm going to take this disadvantage that the chat has so graciously given me. And I am going to give it to the bad boss, because I assume that's who everyone would like to see taken out the most. And that's going to be a natural 1 versus a 2, but still a natural 1. Yeah, his quick jump back from the fire throws him directly in the way of your arms as it batters and blasts at him. 7 damage, is that correct? Why don't you tell me how this cloaked and masked figure is battered apart by your arms?
Yeah, it's probably more of a handful of energy. They probably look like snakes or something similar to that. Kind of less just punching and more probably biting and hissing and kind of just like whipping him around, rather than just some hands punching at him.
No, and yeah, the snakes grab at him, and another one grabs at him and grabs him and grabs him and gives him just the right amount of pull where you can hear certain uncomfortable pops, and you feel like you don't have direct control of this magic so much that you can tactically feel it, but even you get the sense that the resistance to this magic's force dims quickly as his body will kind of slump halfway into the pool. And he is out of the fight before it even began. Calliope.
All right, so
You watched a man die today.
down. Okay. Fine, we're just gonna have a little more fun. I am going to just go over onto the side of the altar then. And as my actions be like, look, I don't care who sent you. You need to get out of here. And cast vicious mockery on the one in front of me. I need a wisdom save.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna give him disadvantage because he is afraid. 15.
A 15 at disadvantage?
17 versus a 15. I shit
Well,
you
it
not.
still makes it. It doesn't do anything. Unfortunate. That's fine.
Okay, so you see his eyes, as you attempt to speak to him, his eyes are more focused on Leo than you. You know, someone literally roared with the force of a dragon into a small cave. And you see that force technically still going at him. And you shout him, and his attention kind of briefly shifts to you, but it's too much, and he can't really tear himself away from the terrifying vision of Leo kind of returning to a somewhat even more human state. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
Okay. Ponos.
Panos is gonna leap from the rock that he's on and sort of sprint past the body on the ground. He's gonna scoop up the spear that was dropped and the shield and leap onto this kind of, whatever it is, this altar in the middle of the room with a fire crackling and blazing in front of it. He's going to hold the spear up and kind of try and imitate the pose of the statue on the opposite side of the pool and just kind of let out this braying laugh. And again, I'm going to use minor illusion to make a voice come from the statue opposite them that just says, "You were warned."
I have a sound to go with this. Wait, as you say, you were warned. Thunder fills the hall as if to accentuate your point. And make me another intimidation.
That's a 9.
These soldiers seem like they are already about to turn tail and run, and though that makes it difficult since the person they are most afraid of is between them and the exit. To add on to that would be a difficult thing, though you have certainly nudged it just far enough where they are certainly not going to regain their strength anytime soon. Which brings us to the offender in question, Leo.
Yeah, I think as he kind of calms himself, he just strides forward. Do I say any other enemies around, or is it just these 4?
No, just those 4 by the
Awesome.
sound of it. And I can reveal some more of this area just to be super... Oh, that is the opposite reveal. But...
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I think he composes himself now that the old guy is safe. I think he's like, we'll give you one more chance. Leave now or perish.
I would say at this point, make a persuasion or intimidation.
Okay. Natural 20. 24 total.
And it's perfect. Their turn is next. So I'm just going to use this turn to watch all of them as you move up, and in combination with the terrifying visage and notes that you've all added on, just the cacophonous boom and roar, each of them in turn is not even a spare look to their companions as they will use their full action to get the fuck out of here. So if anyone wants to take opportunity attacks, feel free to do so. But they are, like, this one is going to look like DeFaro, look right in the eyes. I'm sorry. And like run, even taking slight damage from the fire, and just get out of there, man. This is not a safe space for them anymore. I mean, 8. Oh, 8. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad for them. You see he goes through and he like has his whole leg up before he can really start padding it out. He just keeps limping, like with the force of like pure death behind him. He is pulling himself out, and a buddy will come and like shoulder him on, and they'll just keep moving. Their spears and equipment are dropped in a haste. And for the moment, that's all she wrote. I cleared the turn order. What? There we go. As you are once again left with the quiet feeling of this temple. So, explore at your leisure.
Oh.
Yeah, please.
So that was the front guard then.
I guess, but that wasn't quite as it was a little anticlimactic. Leo, what was that?
Like he thinks for a second and it's just like, I don't know. It was just something in me that just I had to let out.
It was a little more than something, but interesting. Are you all right over there? She'll call out to the elderly gentleman.
I'm doing much better, thank you. Please, if someone could remove these bonds from me, I may thank you properly.
I'll start untying them, and while I'm untying them, the Oracle. I assume all is not well.
No, sadly not. I have failed her as an attendant.
You finish untying his wrists, and you know he puts a hand on your shoulder for support to pull himself up to a proper seated position. The age in his bones, you can hear it.
I am Proteus. I am her acolyte and head caregiver. We were expecting a return of heroes at some point, but I fear our hospitality may be wanting as of late.
And what exactly were you supposed to do against armed guards?
I shouldn't have been armed guards at all. We are not warriors, sir. We are simple priests and followers and interpreters of the Oracle's vision, here to ensure she has all she needs. Those she cares for is what she needs. And, we do what she asks, and she never has asked us to fight before.
All well and good, but You said she was taken below? Or no, that one said she was taken below, and you said the hag was tormenting her. So perhaps pointing us in the right direction would be the best way to attend her needs at the moment.
Yes, of course. Though I don't know. They've held us here for some time. They've been in our chambers. Anything left in there you are free to take if it serves Our Lady's purpose. As far as I'm concerned, he looks over at you, Leo. Any purpose that serves those favored by the Oracle is purpose enough. He'll look back to you, Thranos. The hag, Heleka was her name. She, as far as I could tell, is doing grievous harm to my lady. We have been kept up here, and apart from her, she's down in her chamber.
Yes, okay, and the direction to her chamber. Focus, old man.
The door, there.
Thank you.
Yeah, in the meantime of like that entire conversation, Calliope got like at least one of the people in the back free, so that person can like go down the line and free the other people.
Thank you, my lady. And he gets up and will begin freeing the others. But yeah, Eliana, I believe you're also.
I was at least gonna say, like, how are these people doing?
They seem to have their very basic needs met. They are probably watered once or twice a day, fed once. They do not seem in high spirits.
Make sure to feed and water your prisoners.
According to the Geneva Convention, you must, but the Geneva Convention is not invented yet. So, unfortunately, these people have been kept alive, but are not thriving.
Yeah.
Like a millennial in coronavirus times.
Oof. Release. And check out the ding dong here from the Bell Factory.
Yes, well, this particular Bell Factory seems to have produced a particularly robed man in deep blues, the symbol of Sidon's thunder stitched into, or rather designed into the edges of his toga. And even around him, you'll find, gold pieces, and on him specifically, you can kind of pull him back out of the water in a gold necklace with the symbol of Sidon, a wrathful visage of the Lord of Storms, blowing forth a thundercloud will be wrapped around his neck. But in total, I can tell you this, between him and all the stuff the guards dropped, you're able to collect about 25 gold pieces and 100 silver.
Interesting. Is the... never mind, doesn't matter. That's me.
Anyone else doing anything?
I think it would be best if we found the
Hello?
oracle.
Yeah, I think Leo is just passes by and just heads straight for the door.
Master Leo, please, take good care of her. She's missed herself.
I will. And he continues on.
Thranos will pause just long enough to go grab that amulet of Sidon.
Yes.
Probably
Sidon's...
at a time no one's paying attention, if possible. But if not, he doesn't really, not secretive about it, but...
Rip it off his...
Oh yeah, it's probably as violent as this twig of a siren can be.
A quick pull is all you need for the rope to snap around this dead man's neck, and you can look at it, the wrathful visage of Sidon staring directly back at you for a moment.
I'll start kind of worrying it, rubbing it particularly hard between my fingers as I follow along through the door.
And you can certainly turn around and see the giant bronze statue. But beyond that door, what does it every time I hit reveal area? It's like, oh, you want to conceal area? No. I would like to reveal area, please. Oop. You see another door and a hallway down this way.
Dun dun dun.
A child.
What is this, a door factory?
Child.
No.
No. You can see there is a small bit of space behind the statue, but another door in front of you in the shape. The entire door is in the shape of Sidon, that same visage gracing the amulet that Thrynos holds. Is again angrily has a mouth open with the handle directly in the center, like a bar you would have to lift up and pull.
Okay. And so, yeah, I think Leo goes.
I want to wait really quick, Leo. You've been here before. Make me a history check.
Oh, dude. Ooh, history is 0. On that one.
Proceed.
No.
Awesome. So yeah, I go and yeah.
You grasp a hold of that thing, and it's gonna grasp a hold of you as the mouth of Sidon clutches down onto you. As this entire door removes itself from the space, and when everyone, we're
Are
just
you
gonna.
cereal?
Yeah, I'm fucking cereal. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is safe. As
Very
this
cool.
thing is going to try and this might be over rather quickly, but this thing is going to be a 14 to hit. I'm gonna give it a 24. It feels fair for advantage here, right? All right. Let's get this back to whispering.
Yeah, sorry, 24
Yeah,
hits.
it's 24 because it's a surprise. Yeah. Okay. So this thing adheses onto your arm, the entire door seemingly pulling free of the frame and attaching to you. I'm going to need you to take. Why did this? 11 bludgeoning damage.
Shit.
That
Now that's
was
a lot of damage.
That was the highest I
Oh,
could
no.
do. Really quick, we're gonna do this in the same order that I recall it. So, Defera, you're up first.
I'm muted. Sorry. Had
No,
to
you're
take care
muted.
of that. Just
You're
kidding.
good.
Yeah. So we're not rolling initiative because I rolled initiative.
No one needs to
No.
worry initiative. I am just gonna carry through as I recall, which honestly, it's one creature. I'm sure you guys can clear this out soon. It's just to hurt you.
Sure. About how far away is it?
It
From
is
me?
on Leo. Where Leo is, the door has grabbed his arm.
Okay,
And
I'm
it's-
just gonna take my quarterstaff and give it a good old whack.
Just
Yep.
yeah.
Bonk.
14 on this creature will certainly hit. For 9 damage. Okay. Yeah, no, this thing, you give it a good meaty thwack. And it is certainly going to reel from that. It is not going to release, however. As if I recall correctly, after Defera, it was Calliope.
Yeah, it was. Just gonna look at this thing. Say, didn't someone teach you not to play with your food? And I'm gonna cast vicious mockery and see if it works this time.
Okay, wisdom save from me. That is going to be a 7.
Okay, it works.
It
Nice.
does. Tell me some damage.
2 psychic damage, but has disadvantage on its next attack.
You almost can hear this thing mumble out sorry. However, that mumbling is only because your friend Leo's arm is in its mouth. If I recall correctly, Ponos, you were next.
Sure.
Let's go with that.
He's gonna scamper down off the thing that he's on with some difficulty because he has hooves, and I imagine this is paved, and I can't imagine those two things going well together. But he'll make it. And his way around the corner, see Leo with his hand in a door, and just look fairly bemused, shrug, and well, this is exactly how I wanted this to go, and that's my turn.
Fair enough. If I recall, Ellie. Oh no, Leo.
Yep, I think it is. Yep.
Leo, Eliana, and Threnos after this.
Cool. So it's clamped down on me. I'm holding it's something inside there. I want to like try to kick and reach my arm out and like try to pull the doorknob or the thing that was the doorknob out of its face, throat.
Yeah, you're going to attempt to pull a piece of this mimic away from itself. I'm gonna need you to make me an athletics check. In the hottest tongue pulling thing this side of
Jesus.
Girls Gone
7.
Wild. It is going to be a 15. You try and pull that thing, but like a jealous lover, it's able to pull it right back into its mouth. That embrace is tight.
That's my turn, yeah.
What are you praying about?
Welcome to the Monster Fucker campaign.
Jeez, no! No! Out! See.
It was only a matter of time.
Eliana, please release us. Ooh, bad
Jesus.
words.
Where's the 5 when you need them?
Well, we have the 6 here, so.
Yeah. Eliana should be like, I'm gonna stab it.
That is fair. Stab away.
Using Sarah's advantage.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit this.
Ooh, nice. 10 damage.
Okay, you give a thrust into this creature with 10, and you stab into it. It reels, again, nearly releasing, but some stickiness in the mouth seems to connect it still to Leo. As the mouth of Sidon opens in pain, but the contact you made with the door-like material continues to stick. So that's going to move over to Threnos.
So he's still stuck.
Yes.
Okay. So Threnos is going to assume this thing has enough intelligence to for Mind Sliver to do something.
Oh, probably.
So he's going to go ahead and cast Mind Sliver for I need an intelligence save, please.
Intelligence save
Of
2.
13. 2. That is a failure. Takes 3 damage from the spell, and then a negative D4 on its next save.
Ow. Okay. You again. I believe you consolidate your like a feather into a spike with this, and it just wordlessly goes in.
So this one, so with Mind Sliver, it looks like a small lightning bolt. Crackles just over its head.
Yes. Again, yeah. You absolutely frazzle their mind with this as they continue to be locked into combat. Though it is going to be their turn, and they are going to give Leo a big old bite for a 11 to hit you.
That misses.
Okay, they attempt to bring the mouth of Sidon down onto your arm, but you're able to slide your own shield into place, blocking it slightly. And then we're going to go back to the top of the order with Defera.
Yeah. Same thing. Still just punching with a quarterstaff, or hitting with a quarterstaff, rather.
Yes, bonk them with the horny stick.
Nope.
You attempt to thwack the door, but you find more door than mimic on this, as you aren't able to find the exact purchase you want. In fact, can you roll me that attack again?
Sure. An 18 to hit?
Leo, what's your AC?
It's an 18.
You're going to take 2 as the thwacks do connect with your arm. Just, when someone hits that like more exposed part of bone, usually it's on your knee, but you can definitely hit your arm as well. You kind of get a quick check across the forearm.
Defira, come on.
It's just going to be Calliope's turn next.
Okay. She's gonna be just like, oh my god, let's get this over with. And she's just gonna like pull out a longsword, I guess. I didn't know I had that until today.
No, not you too.
Everyone just beat them both up. We'll deal with it later.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm just gonna try to stab it, I guess. Does a 10 hit?
No.
God damn it.
Can you
I
have
can't
any
get
plus
past the minute.
2s? Or
No, I don't have any boons from chat, unfortunately. It's fine.
Okay, well, after that, it is going to be Ponos.
He's got his arms folded, just shaking his head, watching all of this just not happen. So people biffing each other in the arm and trying to whack door frames, and just like raises his hand to he's like rubbing the base of his horns, and he's like, "Oh, wait there. I've got something somewhere," and he's going to rummage around in his little bindle, his little hobo bindle that he carries around with him, and he's going to pull out a flask and boop, 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 work his way up and unstopper the little sort of like beeswax flask that he's got, and gloop, 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 pour out a flask of oil onto the arm that is being gripped by the door, and try and slip it free. He's going to grab Leo's shoulder and kind of just force him back.
Make me an athletics check with advantage as you lube up.
Oh, Jesus, God.
It's only going to get better. Athletics.
Natural
Nat 20.
20. Yes, you're able to wrench Leo free with the new lubrication, simply sliding out of that thing's mouth and pulling him back. In a cramped corridor, you will kind of collide with the Farah, who has been swatting at it. But throw
It's alright, she's not going to hit me. It's fine.
Well, who knows? Leo.
Only if she tries to.
Okay. I am free finally.
You are free. You have full control of your arms.
Yeah, so like I shake my hand and then I pull out my sword and then I'm like, eat this. Oof, I got an 8. as like, I'm like I am little
level 2 level 2 level 2
a little too lubed up.
But plus 5.
Still.
I know. But you say you're striking forward, and what's happening?
Oh, and I miss.
Okay. Well, in that case, it's gonna go to Eliana.
Cool. As I'm gonna bang the spear on the shield and go for a wisdom save.
Okay, we're gonna see what happens with this. It's not very wisdomous. That's gonna be an 8.
It's going to fail.
Good.
It's going to take 6 necrotic damage.
All right, this thing looks like it is not doing well.
Oh my god, just fucking die.
You need to hit it.
That was a better chance at maxing damage.
That's true. Okay, which leads us to Threnos.
This is a terrible idea. Threnos is gonna walk forward and very tentatively grab his dagger out of his belt. Use a bonus action to cast Thunderous Smite on it as it starts sparking with energy. And I'm going to walk up to the door and try and stab a door, because I think even Threnos certainly can stab a door.
You'd
Sorry.
hope so.
I'm still actually looking for the stab button. I don't know where it is.
You have a dagger equipped?
That is a natural 20.
There we go.
Don't even worry, damage. Tell me how you shank this door.
So Threnos walks up. Let's see. We roll a 2 on that d4, and we roll a 3 on that d4, and there's 2, so that's 7. And then as I stab it, my Thunderous Smite goes off, and audible for 300 feet, there is this crack of thunder. Which deals max damage, and since it was a crit, it's doubled, so that is 7, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24 damage from the dagger stab to the door, and it is knocked back 10 feet.
I shit you not. That is, without bullshitting, exactly how much health I had left.
Exactly lethal.
And
What, all of that?
Yeah, 24 damage?
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
So 24 damage, and the door is burst open. I look at all of these muscular warriors as this twig of a siren has this little dagger in his hand and goes, "Just hit it. Can we continue?"
And Leo, you're gonna get a flash in your memory from here long ago, as you don't recall there being a door.
He just sighs and I think proceeds on.
Down the stairway into the grotto? Is that the plan?
Oh, wait,
Yes.
you're looking at us for where?
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh dang, you're right.
Oh, dang. Take 9. And then Chad also gave us a mass healing word, so...
So everyone gets that. So whoever has the highest wisdom can apply their modifier to that roll.
It would be me.
Excellent. So it's a 1d4 plus what?
4.
All right, 1d4 plus 4 for anyone who wants it. As you descend the stairs, you enter below the temple. Liquid blue light shimmers and refracts across the slick walls of this rocky grotto. The room is lit by torches and filled with the vaporous mist of steaming hot springs. You can hear water cascading into an underground river at the rear of the cave. And I would suggest here is another fantastic time for us to take a real quick break. If you would take us out. 1111, make a wish. Welcome back, everyone, to Oathsworn, our Odyssey of the Dragonlords campaign here at TPK. Our heroes have descended into the grotto of the Oracle. Before them, a river of warm, steaming water, a pathway to a pleasant, luxurious even, seating area of rugs stretched across one another.
What kind of rugs?
Ooh, shit. Woven, dyed, very they don't appear thick. I mean, they appear almost. I mean, this is like Grecian text, so the threading has gone through. It's probably the same coarseness you would expect from anything, though it is certainly fine patterns woven into the sides. The tassels play gently into the streams.
Okay, just checking.
The threads are came at me.
Yeah, Turk, what is the thread
What did
count?
you expect?
The thread count is a whole bunch. It's however many twines of thread it took.
Twines.
It's one. And one thread through. It's not.
Well,
It's not
Al,
layered.
Al says it's two,
So-
and I.
so
Two.
you just
Okay,
said-
two threads. The two thread is fair because there are two rugs on
So
top
it's
of each other.
kind of your typical Anatolian patterns, right?
Exactly. Definitely very Mediterranean diamonds and triangles and some. It's tasteful. It's tasteful,
A
but
few
not.
Greek keys.
Oh, exactly.
Okay, just wanted to establish. I had to get
Some
into
realism.
Some
It's a-
rug
I had,
lore.
I had to get into the rugs.
Leo, you would actually know that this is typically where Verisi receives her guests. She takes her visions at this point here, the vapors being the strongest in the center when she calls to them. Though you do know her resting chamber is deeper into the cave down this way.
Why does Leo know this?
Oh yeah, he doesn't say. I think yeah, he could. If he doesn't see anyone, he just continues to stride forward towards that direction.
Mm-hmm. The large fire keeps this room very well lit, and you are more than free to continue along. This path does get a little tight at times, but you can scoot along in a familiar way. What were the rest of you doing?
Looking around?
Yeah, like what's the vibe of this room? Like, can I like vibe check the room?
You can certainly give me a perception, investigation. Let's vibe check this.
Okay.
I want inside check just for the mood of the room.
Sure. Yeah. No. Insight check this vibe.
11.
11 on the investigation. Okay. Anyone else joining in? I want to get this.
I'm not picking up the vibe.
The vibe is a mystery.
It is.
It's a rich mystery. Water and steam and heat. Down here, there is certainly a deep swirling steam cloud that kind of fills it. The sweat that was already tangible on your skin has only increased as the water seemed to heat up.
I'm distracted because this is a very, very bad environment for wool rugs. So.
Oh, certainly. I mean, the fact that it survived this long, this oracle must receive
Rugs weekly.
Weekly, yeah, I was gonna say weekly tribute. Though recently, you may have guessed, a certain embargo of sorts has blocked passage, like a ship through the Nile.
Trouble in the sewers again.
What are you gonna do? But the rugs here do seem to be holding out. They might have some magic woven into them, a bit of Ariatic technique to preserve them, perhaps. But Eliana, you were able to faintly, you hear. It's a difficult thing to describe, the sound of someone being strangled by water, because it's not quite drowning and it's not quite a muffled scream, but it's somewhere in between.
Bruh.
And it's coming from deeper in the cavern.
All right, hearing that, I'd probably start, jogging. And just like, I think I hear something, and making my way downtown.
Oh, okay.
You want to express any thoughts to the group, or is everyone going to continue to follow along?
Well, I would say the armed Eliana breaking into a trot is enough heads up for Thrynos to follow.
Yeah, and I begin to trot as well.
Okay. Bring yourselves to the edge of the darkness here that I've illuminated thus far, and I will continue to illuminate. Ponos, are you going onto the rugs?
Yeah.
Feel free to move yourself around.
A little goat-like hippity hop all across the stepping stones.
Okay, and you're gonna go right under the rugs?
I am going to.
I'm so scared.
I'm going to grab one of the rugs and sling it around my shoulders like a toga.
Mm-hmm.
Cape.
And the rug grabs you back.
Yep, there it is.
It's a fucking rug of
As
smothering.
this
It had to
rug
have
is-
been.
You
Serious?
sling it around your shoulder, and
Almost like there was some magic woven into it. Haha.
Oh wow, isn't that funny? I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative as this thing's
Ponos,
I-
You could have been
What?
saved by
Absolute-
rug lore.
23 to hit
What?
on Ponos, which I'm gonna assume is gonna
Oh,
hit.
yeah, easily.
I told you. I told you they should have dry rotted. I told you.
Okay, so you're gonna be grappled. Oh gosh, I didn't bring up the timer. Oh, it captured. Excellent. No, it didn't. It super didn't. What is this?
The
What are
previous
these?
turn order. Well, no, that's this.
No, it's very different. So I'm gonna clear off some of these older ones that don't match up. Eliana, have you rolled initiative? You rolled a 12. Okay. Let me bring this guy onto the token layer. Yeah. Yes, I used a bear rug.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I love it.
This is
now
unbearable.
that is what I would want. If I saw a big bear thing, I'd be like, instantly, this needs to be a hat. Like, these nice forepaws are going to be clasps, and then I have the bear head over my head with the big horns coming out. It's going to look legit. Like, yep, I'm having this. Bam. Don't care. It's magic. It's mine.
Well, while that might certainly make a suitable option later on, at the moment, I'm going to need Calliope. You hear the muffled scream of your friend as he is caught up in a woolen rug, fur
Yep.
rug rather.
Yep. She's just gonna take a free action, just to hug bridge of her nose a little bit, just for a second.
Oh no, Eliana's cold is catching on.
Wow. Okay.
So
Throwing
yeah,
fucking
she's
shade.
just gotta look at this, knowing that there isn't too much she can do from where she is right now, and just in general. So she's just gonna look at this rug and say, "That pattern is so last season," and cast vicious mockery at it. And it's insane.
Oh my goodness! It rolled a 1.
Nice. This is something. It's 3 psychic damage and it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
And that is my bonus action. So because opponents can probably at least somewhat hear me. Just gonna say, let his escape be as quick as his wit, and take a bardic inspiration.
Okay. Defera.
Yep.
Yep, you are up. Ponos is being smothered by a rug of the same name.
Yeah. She's definitely rolling her eyes at this point and just withdrawing a crossbow.
Hit him.
Yeah, 25 to hit.
Yeah, that will definitely hit.
But that's for the rug,
Yep.
obviously.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. However, there are rules associated with the rug. and
I
smothering.
know that's why I did a crossbow and not any of my magic spells, because they do way worse damage.
So you thunk. Tell me, are you where are you aiming with this?
Considering I know I watched him drape it around his shoulders, I would aim for like off a shoulder. I'm not aiming for like a head or a high pot. Like I'm definitely aiming for like an arm. I'm trying to not. Chrissy, the player, knows the issues with this. DeFera is like, seriously, we have another mimic. So
Okay.
she's not thinking rug of smothering because she's not a rug lord. So like she doesn't know these things,
You're
but
not-
like
A rug lord, a thread czar, a ground covering poobah.
correct.
All right.
So Chrissy the player knows, but I'm not gonna like.
No. I
Try
like
to
how
be
you
a turd
flavored it.
like
I
that.
know. I like how you flavored it. So what I'm gonna say is it's gonna take 4 of that damage, and Ponus, you're gonna take 1.
Sure.
And we are going to go to Ponos, who is suffocating right now. You need to. You are going to take some damage, which is not ideal. 8.
8.
Yeah, this thing continues to constrict and wrap around you. Well, you shouldn't have your turn grappled. Lessons learned.
Chill.
But it is your turn. You can attempt to escape.
Sure. What do I
You're
need to do that?
inspired.
Athletics or acrobatics.
Sweet. I got a 12, and I'll use my inspiration, my beautiful inspiration.
It's a D6. Yeah.
Oh, makes it a 14.
Perfect. You needed a 13. Describe to me how you managed to slither out of this fur rug.
So he's wearing the kind of, picks up the bearskin rug, drapes it around his shoulders. The paws cross across his chest. The head is on top, and the paws just start strangling him. And as the crossbow bolt thunks into him, he leaps to one side, and the leap is enough that the rug stays where it is, and he leaps out from under it, and it just falls to the ground.
And yeah, you can roll out to the side of this animated creature. And is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that's me. I'm good.
Okay, Eliana.
Just an exasperated sigh. We don't have time for you to be playing with the rugs, and I need a wisdom save.
Like nose pinching is a free action will certainly be a quote by Indus. Yes. Wisdom save from a piece of tapestry. 13.
Not good enough.
Oh, gasp.
It's going to take 7 necrotic damage.
All right. The resounding sound of your shield vibrates across. You see the hairs on this bear stand on end as some of them even gray slightly. Is there anything else you're going to do on your turn?
Ponos, you need to get out of there. Stop being a fool, please.
I mean, eventually, sure.
Speaking of Ponos, Threnos.
Theranos is going with one wing to put Shield of Faith on Ponos so that doesn't happen again. So that's plus 2 AC for you.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, every little bit. And then with the other wing is going to send a Mind Sliver at the bearskin rug. It needs an intelligence check, and I don't think it's particularly intelligent. And I checked. It can be stupid and still get hit by this, so...
Okay, there's not a...
There's
a
no
baseline.
limit about it. It doesn't have to be
Perfect.
smart enough to be stabbed in the brain.
It rolled a natural 1 for a total of -4, so do double damage.
Okay, it can have... I rolled max, that's 6. So that's 12 damage then.
Okay, you send that thunderbolt into this, and the hair that was already standing on end shimmers, and a few claws pop out of their weaving as this thing struggles to maintain its form. It seems roughed up. Defera. Oh no, sorry, that was your wrong turn. Leo.
Okay.
Wait, there's 2 Deferas? I can only so many dreams that come true. Leo, what is the move?
It's going to be the similar move that happened earlier that Ponos did when I was in this situation. Since I don't have anything long range, I just hold my action to see if anyone gets near me. I attack, and that's it.
Okay.
And I just say, "Hurry up! Come on, Ponos! No time to play."
He's almost dead.
The last time I wrenched your arm free from a door.
You have that mass healing.
Yes, everyone has a 1d4 plus 4. The rug is going to reach out at you, Ponos, attempt to get you as you roll out, but you're able to get just the edge of this thing's claws as it rolls quickly up, as if like a chameleon's tongue, empty of its prey, however, for the moment. And Calliope.
Oh my god. Can the next vicious mockery just be like, why won't you die yet? Can that just be it?
Yeah, I feel that's going to be a pretty consistent theme here.
Okay.
Heal the
I
rug.
need another wisdom save.
Well, it's a rug, so how do you expect a rug to die? Just roll damage.
Okay.
It's not wisdomous. We don't know how this is going to go.
Wisdomous.
Great, that's one
One.
psychic damage.
Nice.
The sound shivers across this rug. Again, the strum of your voice vibrating the air slightly. You see the steam coalesce and grip the rug, aging it further, and bringing us, if there's nothing else, to Farah's turn. This time for real.
Yeah. So seeing Ponos now not in its grasp, it is going to cast infestation again, and as I am not a rug dealer again, I'll make sure that it is in the form of like moths, because those tear clothes apart and cloth, nobody wants moths.
Remind me quick the save for this.
Constitution save.
Oof. Okay, I'm gonna give it disadvantage because the moths. It's a 5 instead of a 19.
So that's
Oh my god,
What
we
the
can't kill
fuck?
anything.
I'll let you roll twice because of the moths.
Alright, chat, these are
There you
humble
go.
beginnings.
Good lord.
The flurry of moths, a mass of moths, a midnight mass of moths scours over this rug, leaving it barely in tatters. It has to move 5 feet there as it's pushed back by the carpet-devouring creatures. Leaving it, if there's nothing else, to Ponos. There's rug appears hanging on by a thread.
He's like swiping at the moths, like swinging his spear at them, being like, "You're ruining my new cape. If you could kindly not," like just swinging at it, and in the process, we'll probably end up like you beat a rug, don't you? That's how you get all the dust out of it. So he's just going to take the end of his, like, turn his spear around so it's not the pointy end, and just start beating this rug with it.
Yep.
Trying to get all the moss out of it.
Make me an attack roll.
Boom. 8.
Oh my god.
You swipe at this, and it seems like your attacks are just kind of clearing fabric and like getting the moths up, and not really doing much to impact the rug itself. It is seen to be slightly preserved. Like you might be able to still make a solid shoulder piece out of this. Like you could like kind of wrap it over your shoulder with the claws, and the bear skull be on your shoulder. Oh no, someone's on Team Rug now. Eliana, you have a -2.
Well, today, Pono says it needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom is going to be a 15.
Son of a bitch.
I was asked by Dev to give it a chance to be wisdomous, and here we are.
Yeah, thanks, Dev.
Does it take any damage?
No.
Oof, okay. You again send that resounding clang, but the rug seems to have been fortified by a desire from a certain satyr. Threnos, it seems like it's up to you to finish an inanimate object once again.
Bonus! Don't touch stuff! Intelligence save.
It's fine.
For 1 damage.
Again.
Stuff
Everyone's
you've already
rolling
touched,
ones.
It wouldn't go lying around
Level
the place.
2. Level 2. Level 2.
You again,
Level 2.
thunderbolts into this thing.
Little lightning bolt in its little
Good
bare
fucking
skull, and
God.
it just makes like static. Some of the hairs stand up.
Yep. Oh yeah. And this thing seems literally like you could breathe on it and it would die if someone would just breathe a little harder. You know, get all the sexual energy out with the door. You can't just exhale and finish this thing off. Please.
Jesus.
I'm spent. I'm sorry. I'm spent. Okay, it takes a little bit.
Okay.
Make a little more noise for me. That's all I'm asking.
Not no one pump chump.
You know you're having a good time.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna. Will you allow me to get over here? Or
You can hop. This river is not. This is not a river. This is a stream. You could run through it.
Okay. Then yeah, totally. I thought it was a river, so thought I could jump. Yeah. So I'm gonna run over.
Don't leave marks.
Yeah. Are you on death's door or are you fine? Ponos, are you like super beat up?
Yeah, just you can attack it. That's fine, but just don't mark it.
All right, I'll attack it. I was gonna try to heal you, but
It's fine. Just keep it in one piece.
22 to hit.
Yes, that will hit. Tell me how you remove this rug with literally 1 health left.
It is a bear rug, so I think I go for the head and slice it.
You cut into the head, cleaving it in twain, nearly
What
spinning
the
it
hell?
around.
Ponos, leave it. Let's go.
As
If
the
I
thing,
wanted to leave it, we wouldn't have had to go through all this rigmarole.
Yes,
Then
it's
take it,
because of
let's
you that we're
go.
taking longer.
I can't
and
take
there's
it. That
an
was
issue.
oh my.
I will say
Not how I wanted this to go.
once
It's not how
again,
any of us wanted this to go.
You don't always
Eliana,
do what you want.
you can hear the sound of a muffled drowning sound.
I'm
Right.
going.
Run faster.
Ponos is fine at this. I'm using air quotes very heavily. He's fine. Dr. Evil air quotes.
I'm not fine. I'm miffed.
That's nice, sweaty. We're going.
Okay, give me a second here. Does anyone want to do anything in these brief moments?
No.
No one better be in briefs.
Well, you better be out of your brief soon.
What?
Before you move up to there,
Oh,
Can I move you back just a
Yup.
just a touch, just a touch. Perfect. Okay, Eliani's in the lead. Everyone form up as you want behind her. Okay. Ponos, are you going to be there at the start of this, or do you want to move up?
Well, you said there were 2 rugs, right?
Oh my god.
Yes, there are actually 2 rugs. There's another rug beneath this one.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna have a rug.
Get
Fine,
it on the way
guys.
out.
I
Play a
would
fantasy game of
say
whatever you want, but I won't have what I want.
with some mending, this rug of smothering is salvageable.
Oh,
Okay.
cracks knuckles. Guess who has mending?
Not
All right.
me.
I do.
Allow me to reveal this in dramatic fashion. At the entrance to this chamber, a beautiful woman in golden raiment is stretched out above the underground river, held captive by tendrils of animated water. In the chamber behind her, a hideous, blue-skinned woman cackles as she plunges a knife into a terrified acolyte, draining the life from his body. She turns just in time to see you all. And you can see the terrifying visage of the one referred to only as Thylea. Oh,
Gross.
you finally made it! Drops it down, and Leah, you can see the eyes of Versi go wide. This form, of course, being visible to all now. As she seems in pain at the loss of those dear to her. I was wondering when some great hero might appear, but heroes, my goodness, such opportunity. Be at the end. Suffer for me, would you? And I'm gonna need a fresh roll of initiatives.
Oh, I get disadvantage because mean old chap. Yeah, I was gonna fix that rug for you, but now I'm not gonna.
Well, I don't want
just
a tainted rug.
I just got a 0.
I just got a 0.
How did you get a 0?
My initiative is
You have a
-1.
yeah, you got a neg. So
That's so sad. Just gonna go over and have a snack.
Whoa!
what the fuck? What kind
Yeah.
of shenanigan gargles is
Oh
that?
no!
And that is the
Oh,
last
boy.
roll. Okay, well,
Great.
this'll be fun, huh? Okay, spin a Rooney real quick, and we are going to. Everyone's in, right? Everyone's good and in. And
Defira?
nice, and tight, and Defera is not in. Why is Defera not in?
Are you cooking your token before you do your initiative? Weird. Game's being dumb.
I'm gonna throw it in and get it in myself. 16 and hit this descending again. But it is going to be Thylecia's go first. And I'm going to need everyone within 30 feet who can see this creature, which is rather rude to save a lady. But everyone before that corner, basically Leo onward, to make me a wisdom save.
Hell yeah.
All right, Eliana, you're good. Clivey, you're good. Leo is good. Threnos is good. All right. In that case, they are going. You're going to see they go reach out and spring from the wall at you with a claw extended. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Oof, ouch, my body.
That's going to hit, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to take 11 slashing damage.
What the fuck?
That is a good first strike as her nails rip across your armor, sinking deep into your chest.
You'll pay
even
for
like
that.
leaving there for a moment as she cackles and finally flicks away your blood and skin, still very present on the end of her large, gross nails. But that is going to be Calliope.
Okay, seeing that is horrifying. So yeah, Calliope is going to break out into that barrage of cacophonous celestial words again and cast Bane on this thing. So hopefully a failure of a charisma save will help us here. I need that charisma save.
All right, trying to charisma the hag, 14.
Beats it. So sad.
Unfortunately, we have some
Okay.
Team Rug out here, so.
That's fine. It's fine. And okay, as my bonus action, I will look to Eliana and say, "Let your wisdom precede your blade."
Awesome possums.
Okay, if there's nothing else, Defera, please.
Yeah, she's going to step out from around the corner, but the path is a little funny, so she's just going to reach around Leo and kind of push him out of the way a smidge.
You guys can totally swap tokens for this moment. I'm fine with you pushing him back behind you, as long as we keep that kinetic feeling going. But as you round the corner, you are going to spot eyes on Halika, and I'm going to need a wisdom save from you.
Yeah, sure.
Because she grows. Though you hold in your heart and your lunch, and you can continue to fight this creature despite how strange they seem.
Yeah, and I will cast Infestation again.
All right, and that is a con save even. 16 from the hag.
The son of a bitch saves.
Well, it's more likely one of the daughters to side on, but it saves nonetheless, so it won't take any of the damage. What kind of insects try to get at this time?
We'll say fleas.
The tiny bugs attempt to crawl along, but they seem to be almost met with a
Good
currently
company. I'm met with
occupying
good
force.
company.
Yeah, exactly. They seem to commingle, as if the biting does not faze them. And if that's all, Ponos, it is your turn to be a brave hero.
Ponos is at the back, kind of a little bit battered and broken, trying to get his breath back, and he can just see loads of people kind of glancing around this corner and then flipping back again. And it's like, what is all the fuss? What are you all moaning about? Constantly moaning, you lot. That's the problem. Oh no, it's a horrible, ugly old witch. I guess I need a wisdom saving throw.
I would love it. What is this wisdom?
Oh, so would I.
Yes.
16.
You are
Bam.
able to hold down your lunch at the sight of this gross person.
-2 to that.
I
Nailed
know,
it.
it was beautiful.
And I'm gonna, as he sees her, kind of, oh my god, she's disgusting. Oh god. Okay.
Thank you, my dear, she says as she'll lick some of Eliana's blood from her nail.
Get your own.
That too long tongue.
I'm gonna leap over to this side of the stream and try and stab her with my spear.
Okay, swing for the fences.
A good shiving.
Go for
A
it.
9.
A 9 is not going to cut it,
This
unfortunately.
one is invincible.
You thrust across and connect as she dodges back, it hitting between her shoulder and head into the wall, pulling back before it can really sink in too deep. Eliana.
All right. Eliana is going to pull out a small vial and just. This isn't going to be fun, and is going to pop it as she does channel divinity, prophetic trance.
Ooh.
And her eyes are going to kind of glaze as I get a 9 and a 2. That's not awful to work with. And then kind of shaking it and seeing like little red threads from everywhere, mostly dominant from people. And the rings of her shield will light up as I guess Shield of Faith is a bonus action on myself.
Very fair.
And use that chat heal, because holy butts. Hurting, don't like it.
All right. If that's all, the runes and symbology upon your shield, the mighty symbol of Pythor, alights, and you feel your body renewed with the strength, prophecy, and foresight itself. Threnos, you're up.
Threnos will snap his wings back and send out 3 feathers flying toward the creature. Oh, it used up spell slots when I did it that way. Give myself 2 spell slots back. And 3 bolts of energy will hit it for 5, 2, and 2 damage.
They connect with on the side, nearly bending her, pushing her back onto the wall in this cramped corridor. And she's going to hiss briefly, turning to you and swiping away the energy as it barely dissipates. You think you're clever, using my lowest power against me?
Your lowest power.
Leo, you're up before you have a chance to consider that.
Finally. All right.
Well, you rolled a 0. What do you want?
I think I'm gonna nudge Defira after she nudged me, and then I'm gonna rush in and gonna go thrust my blade into this creature for a 7 to hit.
This works perfectly as you thrust down, aiming just a little too low, and she will jump up. And as your blade connects to the ground, she'll put both her legs onto her blade, seemingly somehow lighter than you expected. And her turn, she's going to cackle in your face before before swiping another claw directly at you for a 21 to hit.
Actually,
have you seen the fates?
I saw her thread and she rolled a 9 on her die.
Okay, that's only going to be a 14 to hit then.
Sweet, that does not hit.
And as if you can see, just, honestly, how is this like flavored? It's just like, this is how it's always been, yeah?
So the possibilities of that she's going to swing for any 3 of us, and that she chooses to go for Leo, possibility of hitting or missing, and I just kind of reach out and just tug on her just whiffing.
And for that moment, you're able to influence it as it's able to almost, you can see her arm pull just short an earlier wound from the magic missile, causing her muscles to tense in just a way that the nails, razor sharp, just brush past your face, Leo, rather than connecting. And you can almost feel the wound they would have left across your beautiful visage. And Calliope, you're up.
Question, is it possible for me to get onto the other side of this hag for
you could
heavy
certainly
stab?
move
It's
around.
very congested here. So
It's a little congested, but I believe if your teammates are free to open up, currently she is standing on top of Leo's Zephon, and you're free to move about the cabin if you could describe your movement to me.
Okay, cool. Almost in a kind of a dancing kind of flight. If you've ever seen various raptors and such do that kind of circle spin and kind of a breeding dance, almost doing that kind of thing, following the currents that are currently drafting through this cavern. She will Yeah, just kind of boop, boop, boop. Come on over here, and maybe give a stabby stab.
We'd hope.
23.
will
Let's go.
definitely do ya. Tell me how, as this hag is just finishing a swipe at your companion, you're able to glide over the steam channels here, and how are you aiming this strike?
So she's going to use the cover of her wings as a distraction first of all, and I guess just kind of follow that and just go like a straight arc, like either across like the chest or the clavicle.
You're gonna catch her back, is what you currently have for an option, but you can definitely catch as you're going over the clavicle. Is what I'm getting the sense of.
Yeah, sure.
You jump over, and for a moment you're suspended in the air by steam as your feathers catch, not needing the happy feeling of song to propel you upward, and you slash and land on the other side, a gush of blood pooling across Heleka's shoulder for 6, correct?
Yep.
All right. That blade sinks deep, but she's still standing. Defera, you're up.
Yeah.
Ooh, 2 hands or 1?
Oh, like I don't know if I can make that call now.
Well, you don't have anything else in your other hand.
That's fair. Oh, I feel weird
It's
about
your
it.
it's your flavor. No. We are flavoring here. We're all about
Okay.
that flavor. That's fine. We can 2-hand it, have it sink extra deep, throw it over to Defera.
Freezing.
Yeah, she's going to step out fully. Okay, so she's not that far away. And she's going to cast. She's just gonna. I'm thinking, bark, bark, because I was gonna do something, now I'm not going to. So she's going to come up and, kind of in the same. I don't want to say way because she's not nearly as. Well, she's probably as graceful, but not nearly as. She's much more sneaky in her movements. Not as probably as, beautifully graceful, but sneaky graceful in a different way.
Like sneaky graceful, yeah.
Yeah. Attempting to get to the other side of her as well. To cast the arms of Hadar again.
All right. It's any creature your choice within 10 feet has to make a what save? Dex save?
Strength.
Strength. Oh no. She's particularly strong and will get a 21 though.
Fucker. She'll
She
just
will-
yell, fucker.
As the hands bat at her and she slices through the snake-like heads, gripping one and cranking it to the side.
Yes.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Ponos, you're up.
This kind of crowded scene, he's going to bend his inverted knees for his thick, shaggy goat legs and spring pew, over to the other side. And he's my bonus action to disengage and slip away into this cavern.
Yes, you see a water-like creature constricting the beautiful woman of gold and thin and oracle-iness.
Is there anything in here that may stand out and be of useful for either it belongs to or is important to the hag or part of the spell for the creature that's holding this being?
Not in particular. You know, this room. You can see that this room is covered with gifts and items, a lot of gold, some brooches and pearls and such. But it seems this hag brought her instructions and important documents in on her own person. though you can definitely get the sense that this water weird that's currently like strangling this woman is connected very deeply to the hag. As the you can hear the hag scream out in pain from the companion, it similarly shimmers and shakes. Indeed.
Is there any way I can throw myself into this water being and try and push her free?
Yes. Make me an athletics check.
Put myself in that place. Let's see, athletics. How does a 3 sound?
You rush and attempt to connect with the water, and you find a brick wall between water and woman, and just end up kind of like pushed back onto the edge of this bed.
Well, that did not work.
Unfortunate, because that's a very good plan. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope, that's me.
Okay, Eliana, you're up.
All right, seeing the threads and mechanically chat's advantage, I'm able to try to spear her much easier.
All right.
The 24 to hit.
That will definitely make some connections in this rough world. For
minimum damage.
What are you gonna do sometimes? Yeah, you thrust quickly into her side that silvered spear, piercing some magical defense that likely is helping her hold together, and catches her on the leg. And she'll howl again, deeply hurt by this, but continue to fight nonetheless.
Unfortunate.
Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
Nope. That is all I can do.
Throw it over to Threnos.
Aiming is not in my forte, so we're just going to cast 3 more feathery magic missiles for 9 damage.
Oof, again, cacophony of force and feather connects with this hag creature as you bombard her, and she will like blast back against the wall, freeing Leo's Zephon from under her feet as she barely regains her footing. If there's anything else in your turn, I'm gonna throw it over to Leo. Leo, nonetheless. Leo. Who are you? Leo. Tell me your name.
Leo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I just
Okay.
now not work good. Duh.
Yeah. As soon as she leaves his sword, he goes again and twirls and swipes for 22 to hit.
22 will definitely make some damage happen.
And then where to go? I would like to also do Divine Smite.
I would love a Divine Smite.
All right.
The best people I know, Divine Smite all the time.
Proper use of paladin spell slots.
Always good. Especially when the boss music's playing. Always good.
There we go.
Damn.
That's a lot of damage. Did you also incorporate your regular longsword?
I did not.
Zephon?
There we go. So, a 20?
This woman has backed against the wall for a moment, recoiled from the strike of a rock, and come up right before you, staggered. How are you finishing her off?
I think, it's just a clean swipe across her torso, and as I cut her in twine.
Perfect. There is a moment where your blade flicks and you see a clean set of iron and bronze as you doubt if you made a connection until you see the blood smear on the distant walls of the cavern as this woman's form slumps and then her upper torso slides and collapses to the floor like so much cut deli meat.
Ew.
Yeah, well, you know. as for the moment, and Ponos, you can see before you as you're pushed back onto the bed, the water that was holding this one shimmers again and begins to fall away onto the bed.
Ooh.
And she
Waterbed.
breathes a. As
That's
for
the
the
best joke of the night.
God bless.
As for the moment, you all are free of danger. Leo, you can take a moment to peer into the cavern. And for the split second that you're able to lock eyes with her, Pharisee crosses the bed, leaping over Ponos in a flurry of motion and connecting with you, just jumping into your arms and giving you a absolute giant kiss. And I think that is where we're going to call the session for the night.
Does Leo catch her?
Yes, of course he catches her.
Are you sure? With my, I still have a 2 to work with here.
There are some things that
fate
Pharisee
can't
has,
stop.
that fate can't stop. Like, even the gods are bound by fate
fine.
and prophecy. But true love, or well, at least the oracle's love, is a stronger thing still. And that's going to be all for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us on this latest installment of Oathsworn Odyssey, the Dragonlords campaign here at Total Party Recap. Recap. Oh my god.
On
What year is
channel?
it?
Maritime.
What channel?
TPK
Turn.
Roleplay. I hurt myself in my confusion. We will be back here in 2 weeks' time to see the after effects of. Wow, I just watched this whole thing. After effects of this grand battle. And the continuation of our adventure into this presumed safety of Thylea as our heroes continue to fight against the course set out before them. But remember, friends, even the gods are bound by fate and oaths. Please, my fellow storytellers, in the same order that you introduce yourselves, let the people know where they can find you. All the excellent work you're putting out into the world, and what's your name? Starting with Comrade.
Hey, Comrade Crash on Twitter. I play Leo, the human paladin. And then next thing you can catch me on is on Nat 20 for Saints Hunt number 2. Now next up is Sir Heck.
Well, cool. Hey guys, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, you can find me on all the social medias at Sir Heckalot, including Itch. I make some stuff. Tonight I've played Calliope, the Siren Bard. And where you'll see me next is on Thursday with Queen's Gambit, as per usual. We're getting into like the thick of it with this dragon heist. You're not gonna want to miss it. Other than that, hold on, I'm pulling on the schedule. Someone wants to link that in chat. There's a lot going on. I am also going to be in the one shot on Sunday night, kind of like a murder mystery kind of vibe. I'm super excited for it. As well as the Call of Cthulhu one shot that I'm going to let Turk talk about more on the 14th. And then the next Coven one shot is on that 15th, that Friday, that I am GMing for. We're playing Pangolin Prom. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. It's going to be very, very good. And then, yeah, I'm in a bunch of other things. I should probably talk about the other thing I'm jamming on the 20th, the Over the Garden Mall themed one shot. It's gonna be so fun. I'm already getting like plot hooks from each of the characters. I'm like, oh, it's all so good already. I'm so excited. And yeah, that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna pass it over on to HP.
I am the Last Hit Point Hero, and you found me this evening playing Thrynos, the Siren Sorcerer. You can find next our mid-season finale of the Icewind Dale campaign, where the Cold Hands crew is currently trying to chase down a dragon destroying the 10 towns, the 8.5 towns at this point. Next Monday is Stargate Phoenix, the second episode of that crossover show leading into October 22nd, which is when its sister show Stargate Basilisk begins. And we will have a little bit of the goodies and a little bit of the baddies. So I think that is where you find me in the near future, which leaves it over to Tony.
Hello, I'm Tony. I played Eliana Legide, your prophetic cleric. You'll see Turk and I next on Saturday for the Dark Echoes, where I'm probably might be more spiders. Who knows? I'll just go into really gross detail because it's the spooky month. I think after that, I think Harper's on the 12th, or I think it's a one-shot Luke is running.
Spooky one-shot season.
It is the spooky one-shot season. So good times. Other than that, it'll be a little bit farming other stuff, so we'll move it on to Al.
Thanks. My name's Al the Biffa, and I was playing Ponox, everyone's least favourite satyr rogue and general nuisance. You can find me everywhere at Al the Biffa. It's never going to change. That's my name. And big important news. My fantasy football team is 4-0. I'm really good at it. So, boom. That's what I've been doing.
Better than me. I'm 2 for 2.
Man.
Gosh dang, Chris Carson is not doing.
They laughed when I picked up Jared Cook off the waiver wire. It's not important. Anyway, Chrissy.
Yeah, your fantasy team's doing way better than mine. Yeah, I played Defera Adamos, and she's a warlock, and we had a lot of fun. Where else can you find me? I will be in Tyranny of Dragons on Thursday. You will also find me over on Nat 20 playing in some spooky Halloween things. I have also been trying to practice Dead by Daylight, which is no good. But, you know, we're gonna try. So, you know, if you wanna see me, you can find me in the TPK Discord. Or crying my way through Dead by Daylight. One of the two.
Well, I happen to know that a certain streamer by the name of Demon Saint is hosting a tournament, so I hope you can find your way into that. But hey, everyone, I am Turk, or Turk Accented. I have had the distinct honor and pleasure of being the leader of this band of heroes here today, or at the very least a solid representative or advocate. If you want to see more of me and my face, be sure to, of course, follow on Turk Accented on Twitch and Twitter. And this Saturday, we have our Dark Echoes, as Tony noted. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to meet another hag, except this one might be a bit nicer. We have another recording session for Overarms, which has been a whole lot of fun over on Neon Lights Roleplay. They're putting out some excellent stuff over there, and Core Hearts has been an absolute blast to record. Has some absolutely amazing people when that comes out. I think it's going to be nothing short of incredible, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. Harper's on the 12th. Call of Cthulhu one shot. We are going to be running The Haunting, which is, of course, the quick start version of Call of Cthulhu. Not to understate how much fun and good spooky vibes this is going to be. It was my first taste of Call of Cthulhu, and now I'm bringing that same existential dread and addictiveness to another group of adventurers and investigators. It should be a lot of fun. If you like 1920s, if you like mob kind of horror and extra dimensional deities, definitely be sure to check it out. It should be a grand old time. We'll be right back here with Oathsworn on the 19th, and then quick shout out on the 27th. We'll be back with Hubris of Man. It was a whole lot of fun last time. If you're big into horror and aliens specifically, it's definitely your cup of instant coffee fresh out of cryo. But quick thank you so much to all my players and storytellers here. You all were amazing, because we definitely did a whole bunch of tonal shift through this session. Be sure to support them all, and continue to support TBK because we have so much excellent stuff. Keep your oats warm, keep hope alive, and keep fighting. And I think with that, I'm going to send y'all out. Thank you all so much. Let's just be, please take us out.